And coming to you live from Harmontown, Mississippi, here we have the second edition of the NA Contenders Group Stage 1. I am your host, Yaku of the Zaku. With me today, I have El Baramundi Mundail himself, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
Do you even speak? Do you even? Is that even Spanish? What's up, Yaku?
They told me it was.
God. Is that what you do? You just type random things. You're hashtag exposed. You just type random things into Google Translate. Oh my god.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, but here we are. We have Group C today, of all groups. And I know we did speak a little bit about it. Yeah, it's a good number.
Letter.
Spoke about it a bit yesterday, but Yaku, who is in these groups?
Well, I can tell you for a fact, we have somebody who we're pretty familiar with over in the MSOs and the SDOs. Not a commentator / streamer, although he might stream every now and then.
Maybe one day.
One day. It is Reality.
Yeah, and
an MSO champion or an SDO champion?
He has won SDOs. I don't believe he has won an MSO.
There we go.
He did
Sure
promote though.
There we go. I'm pretty sure he did come pretty close, like top 4 or runner-up even in the MSO.
Yeah, he is one of those players who started off in SDO as Diamond, worked their way up, got promoted, and then kept competing in MSO. So it's pretty cool to see him here.
Speaking of kept competing, we have Kilocalorie coming in here representing the clan, the Legion. Interesting little protest player. We'll have to keep watch out for what they are up to.
Yeah,
all the way over. Yep.
Well, the Legion is one of those teams that I think has been around for a while, but has recently popped up when it comes to the amateur scene. When it comes to the amateur StarCraft scene, that typically refers to the teams like in Chobo Team League, you know, like FXB, All In, Alpha X, Pigpen, like all of these kind of like, all these teams are kind of like, you know, together. And Legion
so
recently,
they have, like, the divisions for each.
Yeah, and Legion recently, I think last year, joined like those leagues, like those team leagues, like VTL and stuff like that. So
there you go.
Yeah.
All the way over from the Gosu crew, we have Defiance, the one Terran player in this group.
Yeah.
Something I gotta say.
As
opposed, I had to do research.
As opposed to Group B, you know, we had 2 Terrans there. Now here we only have 1 Terran. We'll see. We'll see how he does.
Yeah. And shall we go get in it then?
Just ignoring the 4th player.
Who?
Who is it? What?
Who is it?
Hey, it's Duttles.
Duttles? It's Duttles! Obviously, we know him. We love him. He is the captain of the Formless Bear Sloths. Somebody who we are semi-regularly in contact with. And I wasn't sure where I was going to go with that.
That's it. Yeah.
Take us to the details.
Yeah, he's the team captain of FXB, Formless Bear Sloths. They've been around for a pretty long time. I don't know like the full history behind them, but you know they've been around for quite a number of years. And if you don't know Duttles, he started a talk show.
I don't blame you if you don't know Duttles.
It's a bit of a meme. I don't know where the meme started. It's just who the hell is Duttles?
It's
what more is there to say? I think it was before that. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Not too sure. But yeah, that is our group for today, and I think we should just get right into it.
Alrighty then. In our first series, I kind of wanted to save it for last, but we're going for our alphabetical order. It is the best matchup in this game.
No bias.
None at all. It is going to be our Duttles versus Defiance match.
Yeah.
Coming in with a TVZ.
It's gonna be pretty sick. I'm a little bit disappointed that yesterday we casted Tank the Frank and there was no mech. Mate, what are you doing? Not that I want to see mech, but you know, we were kind of robbed of that yesterday, so we might see that today with Defiance. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, hold up. Okay.
What?
You don't want to see mech, but we were kind of robbed.
Exactly. I don't want to see it, but we should have seen it. Okay. Like, Tank the Frank, if you're watching this, like,
yeah. It's like somebody robbing your taxes. It's like, yeah, I don't want to pay for it, but I mean, I should have.
Look, you need to work on your branding. That's all I gotta say. All right. If you call yourself Tank, you gotta make tanks. All right. It's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure he made a couple of tanks.
He did. I'll give him that.
Doesn't fit the quota. And we're gonna get right on into it, making sure our players are in fact ready. They are. GLHF is called. How we doing, Kerwin?
Hey, Kerwin.
Yes, we do not have a delay.
Yeah. One of the few times where we can cast without a delay, as we are casting from replays. So that is pretty nice. It's pretty sick.
When we say we get the players ready, what we mean is the AIs who play out the replays. Dude, I didn't know that until fairly recently. The way that the replay system in StarCraft 2 works. It basically keeps a log of the actions that have been taken. And then when you load into a replay, to get two AIs who have the same name and they do the exact actions at the exact same time.
Is that actually what happens?
Pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's cool, but at the same time, that's also why you can't skip ahead in the replay, because they have to like actually do everything.
To actually do them.
Yeah.
And speaking of doing them, we have it in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Triton. It is the red player, the captain of the Formless Bear Sloths, Milk's favorite clan. It is representing America. I'm pretty sure he mentioned which state he lives in at some point, but I don't remember.
we don't want to dox him.
Exactly. It's part of It's part of the meme. You know, you don't know who is he, where does he live? It's Duttles.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of Trident LE, we have, representing the Gosu crew as well as America, he is the only Terran player in this group. It is Defiance. And is that a TL horse for Defiance?
That is a TL horse.
I didn't even know that was in the game.
How you get it?
Yeah.
I knew it was in the game, but I don't actually remember how you acquire it. I assume? No, probably not.
It's pretty cool.
That it is. This is where some StarCraft historian comes in and digs up the archives. I will say, yes, in 2014, there was a event that was going on. It was called the Pro League, and it involved players. So
far, you know, it's pretty standard. Never mind. I was gonna say pretty standard.
Not if Duttles can help it, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That is an early lair.
It is insanely early, actually. And we do have a Reaper coming across the map, so Defiance should be able to scout it as long as he goes into the main. Again, this is delaying the Queen, so he shouldn't be stopped from getting in here. I actually questioned this from Duttles. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I just want to know what he's planning.
Yeah, it's weird because he's still getting link speed. Yeah, and like, if you want to go roaches, typically you don't get link speed.
Oh wait, I know what this is. Never mind, I know what this is.
Oh, what is it? What are we gonna see?
You already know it.
you gonna say? What are you gonna say, Yaku?
Never mind.
It wasn't gonna be 2-base Muta.
Why not? Why isn't it ever 2-base Muta?
It like, we've casted a surprising amount of 2-base Muta. Okay, don't say that.
What?
Oh my god.
I need more, but it is gonna be Nidus, so that should be the answer. I suppose we should have seen it coming. There was only one gas, and he was dedicated to getting his link speed.
Exactly. It's really the only thing left.
Is not really prepared for this. He does have a bunker, but it's not in position at all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he doesn't know where the Overlord is, and now we have the Nidus going down in the top right corner. But the Hellions gonna scout it.
He does hear something. Yep, he does hear something. The Hellion is in position.
Just go a little bit more to the right.
A couple of Marines. I don't think he noticed yet.
He doesn't
I don't
see
think
it.
he noticed.
Oh,
all right, now
God.
he does. And the Marines are looking to be in position. But Duttles is just going to go straight forward. He's going to delay so much mining time because if we notice, Defiance is also going one base.
Yeah, but
some all the SCVs, and this actually helps quite a bit.
Yeah, some good body blocking by these SCVs. The Marines are going to be able to clean everything up.
Like, he's lost 10 SCVs in a one-base scenario. That's not at all where you want to be.
Especially because,
that
Duttles,
being said, though,
he's got his natural up, Like, he can transition.
Yeah, he does. That being said, though, I still kind of favor Defiance here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Especially because Stim is on the way. It's about to finish up as well, so he does have that tech advantage. And as long as he can move out, like, he should be able to.
Oh, interesting. See, I thought Defiance was just going to go straight into Medivacs, but it looks like he's going to go. Oh, I see.
I like this. Yeah. I actually like this a lot. He's going to go and kill the Overlord that's there. And once he kills that Overlord, he doesn't have to worry about staying at home and, like, being afraid of more Niduses. And once he does that, then he can just go across the map.
Yeah, pretty much just boost forward. This Baneling Nest is nowhere near finished for Duttles. And even if it did, it still takes a while to morph. Those Banelings are still going to be slow. It's not, it'll be relatively easy for Defiance to be able to pick them off and target fire.
That it will, especially with Stim, he'll be able to kite back. But we do have this Viking coming out. Oh, it does just miss the Overlord. Oh, so the Overlord does stay alive, and potential for more Niduses can be there.
This is where we see the base trade going down. Add-ons have been swapped, and it looks like it's about... This game is going to possibly conclude very, very shortly. Never mind, Defiance is getting his natural.
He is.
It's not all in.
Yeah, he's getting his
I was a little worried.
Second CC.
Yeah.
I feel like even if he did go all in, I feel like he would have been okay. Like,
Ooh. Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. It's just, it's not going to be over quite so soon.
Yeah, it looks like this
Sacrifice.
is going to turn into more of a macro game.
Yeah. And sacrificing a Baneling, that's always a little bit unfortunate for Duttles. That means one less Baneling in order to aid in his defense. And it looks like we're gonna wait. We're just gonna slow down a little, What'd you have for breakfast, Light?
Things are just gonna slow down this game, which is surprising to me, especially after the opener. I would have thought Defiance would have just gone on the offensive, but nah, he's just chilling, just making SCVs, making more SCVs, sending Liberators to harass. Like,
it seems like Defiance does not want to move out until he's 100% prepared, and by 100% prepared, I mean has a Liberator.
He has a 200 maxed out army.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I don't blame him. Like, you don't want to throw potentially if you get like too aggressive, too eager, and then I don't know, you run into like borrowed Banes or something crazy just waiting for you. So like, you can definitely like respect his.
I can emphasize to that.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, like, I just remembered. I suppressed this memory, but I just remembered. I did actually look at how long this game lasts.
God, don't spoil it, Yaku. God damn it.
I won't spoil it.
Because I did not. I burnt my eyes.
Yeah, that's why he gave the replays to me.
Uh-huh.
So you don't trust yourself to not be spoiled. Alright, the multi-prong is going to be in effect. It looks like Defiance just wants to reveal his Liberator first. Or no, just going to go straight on into the main. And this is actually a really good position. There was nothing here to see it.
Yeah, we've got the Liberator going into the natural. We've got the drop coming into the main. The Banelings, there are a couple here ready, but Duttles isn't reacting in time.
Nice little pre-split coming in here from Defiance. Nice targeting. And that is basically the Banelings down. He does have to worry about this flood of Lings. And there are a couple more Banelings, actually losing a bit more Marines than he would have liked there. Defiance does.
Yeah, he lost an entire medevac full of Marines, which is a little bit surprising, but his target firing was amazing with those first 2 Banelings. And he was able to, you know, kill 5 workers, which isn't too bad. He lost his Liberator, though, and I don't know if he managed to get much with that.
I mean, he got 5 drones.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know if 5 drones is worth, like, a medevac full of Marines and a Liberator, right? Like...
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Ooh. But the important part is we still got a medevac full, so you know, gotta look at the upsides as we look at this move out.
We do. We have 3 Widow Mines along with this group of Marines moving out, and especially without. Does he have bathing speed? I think he does. Right?
He does have bathing speed. Yeah,
okay.
He finished just shortly before. And I like this. He's keeping the medevac still in position. Going to go for even more multi-prongs as this main army move out does hit the 3rd. Oh, but he's dropping right now. And Duttles does see this. He's going to have to evacuate, and it's a hot pickup from a Yellow Terran player.
I see Dunn doesn't lose any Marines. Meanwhile, there is still this drop here to the right-hand side, and looks like he will finally be moving out with it.
Yeah, he's just looking to regroup, get all his forces together, and then go in for the prong. Here we have it. This is a defenseless 3rd. Be a little bit ambitious to the Marines. He does not want to waste them on a queen.
Yeah, there aren't even any drones here, really. Like, this 3rd should be going down. Ooh, the Widow Mines get wasted, though, on those Lings. And Duttles should be able to clean this up. Will he be able to save the 3rd?
Will he save the 3rd? It looks like he will. Nice body blocking there of the Lings and a hot pickup from Defiance, but there is still a drop in his main that he has to worry about. Duttles is starting to move back, but it's a little bit of a long walk here. Defiance can absolutely clear this mineral line, or even still, maybe get some kind of tech. No, that's the Baneliness is too high health.
Yeah.
And he just is committed. He does pick up at the end, but unfortunately does lose a bit more Marines than was necessary.
Yeah, some pretty good defense here from Duttles. I'm really surprised that he was able to save his 3rd. Like, it was looking pretty bad for him, but he was able to bait out the Widowmine shots and then move in with the rest of his army. Some pretty solid play coming out of this unknown player.
Yeah, man. It's like,
who is this guy?
Yeah, like, what's his... Okay, so he's on the Bear Slavs, but like, is he a new pickup?
I think so. I think he's like a rookie on the team. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think May was telling me that. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But we do have these reinforcing Marines meet up on the right-hand side, as well as more rally coming as well. Going for this like Widowmine bio play, no tanks or anything like that.
I kind of like it. It is pure Ling Bane. I'm not sure if it was just, you know, Defiant to scout it, or maybe he thought, oh well, he went for the Nidus, so he's not gonna tech ups anytime soon, or maybe they are aware of one another.
Yeah, but here we go. Defiance is coming in on the right-hand side.
Rather than tanks.
There's no splits.
Moving in. That was a fantastic connection coming in. But look at that connection on all of the Banelings, taking it all out of commission. Defiance did lose a little bit of supply here on these Marines, but now that the Liberators are here, I don't think he has much to worry about. Never mind.
Loses almost all of his Marines. There are Liberators here that can, like, you know, that are like unhindered, but really, what can they do against all of these things? And he cleans everything up.
Well, they can take out a couple, I can tell you that. There is a nice little rally here from Defiance. This one queen, that's a real MVP here. Lings are going to be able to buy a bit of time for this queen here. but not really going to accomplish
This is
too
actually
much.
kinda
Defiance is
scary.
going to have to unsiege and back away.
Yeah, there are no more banelings for Duttles. Like, his macro slipped while he was trying to defend, and now there's nothing here to stop these reinforcing Marines. They're going to take down the third.
That they will, and now the Liberators are just flexing their muscle here. You know, Duttles, he's trying to scramble, unroot and unburrow and burrow these spore crawlers and try to get the Queens in position. But while he does that, he is leaving himself vulnerable to the Marines as the third does fall.
Yeah, and as that was happening, 7 drones went down to that Liberator. He lost his third base, and, you know, he was able to push away the army, but I mean, look at Defiance. He's on 3 base economy. Just look at his workers in comparison, plus mules on top of that. Hey.
And you know what? Mules are pretty good.
Mules are pretty good.
As a wise man did once say, being equal in terms of bases to your non-Zerg opponent as a Zerg player means you're actually behind, and Duttles isn't even equal right now.
Yeah. I feel like if I was Duttles, I'd be like trying to double expand maybe to try and catch up, but he's just in such a hard position right now. He just needs drones, but at the same time he needs like army that he does. Ooh, Defiance getting a 4th even.
Yeah, I like this. I have a hypothesis, which I call the Terran mid-game macro boom.
You gonna talk about it?
Right, well, you know, it's at the point where, you know, it's the consensus is usually, oh yeah, Terran, they need to be aggressive like very early on. But here's the thing, if the game doesn't end and the Terran player has succeeded in their aggression, they're pretty much, they know how safe they are. They can very easily just get a bunch of infrastructure, production buildings, get like double expand like Defiance is doing right now. And they won't stop.
Here we have Defiance clearing creep in the middle of the map. He does have a drop ready to go into the main at any moment, and his main army he's actually maxed out. he's completely maxed out.
As we said, he does not want to move out until he is for sure prepared.
Yeah, I was just joking at the time, but it turned out to be reality. Oh my god. Double expanding as well.
No, reality is playing later.
Ah, yeah, sorry, my bad. We'll be casting him next. And here we have a drop coming into the third of Dut. Oh, never mind. He's going right into the natural even. If that.
I mean, it does make sense if you want to go for a double-pronged attack. Like, so... Defiance, he doesn't even care about this drop here. Oh, but he will hot pick up. And once again, just distracting the army of Duttles. He's making sure that he cannot attack all of his army at once. There is so nothing here for Duttles. Yeah, there is nothing in his front other than a couple of banelings. And they're gonna go right for Widow Mines. Oh! But they do manage to take them out. Very nicely done from our Zerg player. He knew exactly where the Widow Mines were, and he just went straight for it. These banelings, unfortunately, will not be able to get any more connections as the Zerglings do get melted and are not able to provide a buffer. Nice little pre-split here from our yellow Terran player, and man, he's cautious, let me tell you that.
Yeah.
If I had to describe Defiance in one word, it would be defiant and also cautious.
I mean, Duttles, he had a lot of really good engagements. His banelings kept getting really efficient trades, but at the end of the day, Defiance, like, his economy is just too strong. His macro is just too good that he's just able to push through regardless. Here into the natural, and we have a bunch of Ling Bane to defend from Duttles, but even if he clears this out, like, there's going to be another army waiting.
He's going to have to sack his natural, and that's not at all what you want. He does manage to clear out the bio, and that he does, but again, what is the answer that he has to these Liberators? They're in a fantastic position. Unless he maybe, I don't know, uses the Nidus Worm, and just Nidus is behind them with Queens. There's no way to do that.
I think it's too late for that. I think
it is far too late if you just look at the income.
It would have been a good idea for sure to utilize that Nidus, since, you know, he has that tech, but we didn't see that from Duttles, and now he's down to 1 base. He's trying to reclaim his natural. There's no anti-air for these Liberators. He just has a Spore and a Queen. Meanwhile, Defiance on 4 bases, 5 bases.
He's still regrouping.
He's like, I'm gonna max out.
I've got to. I gotta play macro.
I think he will actually. I think he will max out before he pushes.
Before moving. Like, he can end it right now.
He could.
Honestly.
He could.
But, I mean, you know, just be cautious, you know, if you're ahead, get even more ahead.
Yeah, again, I don't blame him because, like, even though his macro has been on point, his fights haven't been the greatest. Like, Duttles, he just keeps getting the best bailing hits that he can, killing all these groups of Marines or Widow Mines. He's been fighting really well, it's just, you know, he just doesn't have the economy to sustain himself, really.
Pretty much. It's the sort of yin-yang in StarCraft, the micro-macro axis. Defiance, you know, he does not want to rely too much on his micro. He just wants to rely on the fact that he's going to have a good army composition. He's going to have a lot of that army.
Yeah.
And if he loses that army, then, well, you know, he'll be able to remax. Whereas Duttles, he was kind of forced into this position, but he is at a position where he has to eke out the most utility out of every single unit. He's got to get the best trades of his life. But GG's called before we... Aw, man.
GG's called.
I want to see the end of that.
Just before Defiance maxed out, he just finished up 3 upgrades as well. Mate. It's pretty good macro.
Yeah. It is. Perhaps maybe... Yep.
I do feel like a lot of it came down to Duttles was looking pretty good, especially when he was able to like just save his third. And if you recall, he managed to like push away the army, but because like so much of his attention was focused on that fight, he just didn't have any. He didn't have any Banelings morphing in time for the follow-up push, and that's when the third base fell, and that's when things kind of started to snowball out of control. For Duttles.
I definitely agree with. I don't know, I suppose I am looking from the Terran perspective more so than the Zerg perspective. For I don't really know why. Like I can't quite explain it. But yeah, it just does seem that both players were being a little bit passive. Maybe Duttles, you know, kind of had to.
I mean, you say that, but Duttles went for a lair first into a fast
He did go for a lair. That he did, but I don't think he had a follow-up plan, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Alright, Ephemeron is going to be our next map, as our players do call GLHF. Here we go. How are we? What do you have planned here? Players, what are we up for?
What are we up for? I mean, we did see Duttles play really aggressively. I'm a bit worried that we did hear from May after her group that she played her series against Ward incredibly aggressively because of the MMR difference. And we could be seeing that from Duttles, whereas potentially we could see him perform better if he went for something a little bit more macro instead of like an insane aggressive style.
Accurate.
We'll see.
And speaking of C, here we have it in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, starting in the bottom right-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, the captain of the Formless Bear Sloths, formerly known as... Wait, what was this? I don't remember. It is all the way from America. We have Duttles.
He is a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats. Yeah. It's been a couple of years, but you know.
Exactly.
Good on you. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, we have representing the Gosu crew as well as America. He is Defiance. What?
I'm an idiot.
What?
I think when we intro today, I think I introed Defiance to be from Born Gosu.
God damn it. No, you haven't introed Defiance yet. I think I introed him both times.
No, I mean, like, as we were previewing the group.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's fine. Look, there's a lot of them. There's the Gosu crew, there's Team Gosu, there's Born Gosu. Like, oh my god, it's insane.
Team called?
Yeah, this team goes to as well. I think they played in VTL. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. Something needs to be done about this.
There are 3 of them.
God. Insert
I would call
Star
it
Wars
Dark,
meme.
but then I would ask Dark to clear it, but I forgot he's on another team.
Yeah, he's not on Ghost 2 anymore. But, you know, we do have a pretty standard opener coming out from Duttles. There is no early lair. There's, you know, a queen on the way.
No, there is not. Perhaps we might see a normal lair timing, or will we see a lair at all? Is going to be the question.
It's true, we may not see a lair at all. It would be crazy. Could you see a Ling Flood? I don't know. But yeah, I like this coming out from Duttles. I kind of want to see what he's made of, because even though I'm familiar with him, I don't really know how he plays. Oh, he manages to get the third.
Barely gets the third instead of the block. And you know what? That is what Duttles is made of.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Birds. It's good. Defiance, for a little moment there, just wasn't paying attention with his Reaper, and the drone does squeeze through and get his third, which is a pretty nice win, you know, getting an earlier third like that. Reapers can be really annoying, as I'm sure you're aware. Like, you want to try as best you can to try and stop that third from going down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, third bases are really annoying. God.
And we have a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Hey.
Defiance did go for the 2-on-1 previously. This time, however, he is getting the reactor much quicker. So we will see Defiance be active on the map, maybe try to deny that third a lot earlier than the previous game.
Yeah, I like this. I feel like we don't get enough 2-on-1. Like, it's kind of fallen out of meta a little bit.
Yeah, it has and it hasn't. It is kind of non-standard nowadays, I feel, but in pro games we do see it, you know, every now and then in the series.
That's
what like in a best of 7 TVZ, we sometimes see the Terran player throw it in once or twice. But I'll also say this: 2-on-1 is still the build, which is very popular, thanks in no small part to the fact that it's recommended a lot for lower leagues.
Yeah, and we'll see if it comes into effect. We do have a Baneling bus coming down here from Duttles. We have all of these Banelings already morphed across the map. More Lings are on the way, and
this actually works before Defiance. 2-on-1 is not really what you want when you're dealing against a Baneling bus. It does delay the tank force by so much.
It does, and the bunker goes
has
down.
Been busted, but look at this positioning from the Marines.
Yeah.
That is not at all the surface area that you want to get if you are Duttles.
And immediately, the wall comes back up. There is already a second bunker ready, a third bunker being made, and there just aren't enough Banelings. Like, there's some being morphed now, and they can bust through the supply depots. But
can you imagine if Duttles just keeps busting supply? Yes, what? You want to get an army? What about them potatoes?
I mean, it could work.
Liberator now.
Yeah, there is a Liberator.
Yeah, it should dissuade Duttles for a while now.
A little bit. Like, again, a Liberator isn't ideal. It's not a tank, right? Like, it's not it's single fire DPS. So we could see him commit more to this. We do see more Banelings being morphed as well. There's no drones in production, so Duttles, he's going all in with this, man.
For now.
That he is. And Defiance is going across the map with his Liberator, which could be a mistake. It won't be at home to defend.
That it won't. There are 2 bunkers though, and quite a few Marines. So I think Defiance should be about safe.
Yeah, what's scary is there's still no tank.
There's a lot of Lings though.
The factory is still making add-ons, so we're not going to be seeing that splash damage anytime soon. It's just going to be pure Marines as well as these medevacs. And Duttles, he's taking his time. he's just trying to morph as many Banelings as he can.
He's still not droning.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting a couple of overlords.
The Marines are exposed though.
The Marines are exposed. Come on, there's got to be a hot pickup here from the Defiance, and there it is. But it does mean that the Marines are not here to fight. The Banelings do crash in once again. They're going to bust another bunker, and they do connect with quite a few of these Marines. There's just not a lot of firepower here from Defiance as the Lings are looking to flood. But while that choke point, man, Duttles does not want to fight in there. He's gonna back off and morph even more penguins. Like time for round 2.
Round 3 even. Jesus Christ.
Round 3.
Finally, the Liberator is now moving into the natural of Duttles, and there isn't a Spore here to defend. There is a Queen, but there is no pool yet. The drones are starting to go down.
Yeah, they are. Duttles is not even responding to this. I think he's a little bit tunneled, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, his attention is on the other side of the map, and now he will finally... It's so close. But he will
Duttles
be able
only
to...
now redroning in order to restore his economy, but
this could actually work.
A little too late.
Yeah, the
this
bus
could
is
actually
coming.
work. Once again, there is no firepower here from Defiance.
It's gonna bust
Marines
the bunker.
Are not quite in. It does bust the bunker, but the Widow Mice are out. Oh, friendly fire! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! Not even friendly fire. It will connect with so many of these Zerglings, and I think Duttles Link Floods has come to an end.
Yeah,
oh
my
still
god.
making more links.
You say, but he's rebuilding the supply wall once again. Defiance is, and if it wasn't for those 2 Widow Mines, Duttles could have ended the game.
He's just storing it so defiantly.
That he is. Duttles, he's trying to focus down the Widow Mines, but they recharge. One does survive. The hero Widow Mines.
Yeah, Duttles has backed off once again. Drone Man transition.
I mean, he's finally starting to drone up. We have 4 drones on the way. It looks like Duttles, he's like, all right, I get it. It's not happening. Like, I'll just macro up, I guess.
And they say Defiance is the defiant one.
I say that, but more Banelings are being morphed. It looks like he's gonna try for round 4. This is 4 or 5. Like, what is this?
Have I ever told you the definition of insanity?
Look, you say that, but last time it almost worked. Like, he almost busted through.
It did almost work, but there weren't Widow Mines last time.
Yeah, and now there are 3, 4, 5 Widow Mines. Jesus Christ. And he's going for it.
He's going for it. This madman by the name of Duttles. Oh, but a friendly fire! There is no friendly fire, funnily enough. And now Duttles, he's just completely exposed his third. There's nothing here to defend. He has got to pull back all of his Zerglings, but there's already a liberation zone.
He's pulling back his Zerglings, but it is too late. The third goes down, and it looked like Defiance was gonna go into the main, but he just backs off. He's like, I got the third, I'm gonna back off. I'm done. I'm content.
Yeah, he is a very cautious player. I think we mentioned that earlier, but
yeah,
that's kind of hard to not repeat because, man, if there was only one way to describe him, that would be it. Duttles now trying to move in, but his Banelings are not ready yet. There's a massive blob of Marines, and I think this is just about it. Banelings are gonna get taken out. Duttles going for round 6.
He was trying to rally some Lings across the map, but by now it's too late. Defiance, he has a strong enough army to compete with the Ling Bane, and he's forcing Duttles back. And now what does Duttles have? He lost his third base. He's trying to get it up and running once again.
There's the lair.
We finally have a lair. He almost went the entire game without it. Will it even finish? There's a drop here in the main. He could kill the lair. He could kill the morphing hatch.
Or he can try. Nice cutting here coming out from Defiance. Going to be able to take out so many of these Zerglings. And again, it is just Zerglings for the time being. Ooh. But Defiance does not want to risk that. Medevac does go down. I'll eat my bones.
How did that happen? Oh my god. What a hero Spore. It was dying and it managed to kill a Medevac. Amazing. And we have Duttles here trying to defend his third, and he should be able to push this drop back, hopefully.
Well, there is 1-1 coming out from our Yellow Terran player, and no upgrades whatsoever from Duttles.
I think that's 2-2 actually. He only has 1-1. Oh god.
I mean, like what he actually has.
Yeah. He's got 1-1. He's working on 2-2. There's no Evos. It's not looking good for old mate Duttles.
No, it is not. Well, here's the thing though. Defiance is giving Duttles time.
He is. It's true.
A lot of time.
We do know him. He's not going to move out till he's maxed, to his 200 supply.
That being said, though, Duttles not exactly making use of that time.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to drone up, but he is taking into Hydras of all things, which is a little bit interesting to try and deal with the Liberators, I suppose. He is getting double Evos. He's going to try and catch up. I don't know how successful he'll be in this, though, because I don't know if he's going to have enough time. We do actually have Duttles surprisingly moving out at 186 supply. What a madman.
What? That's nowhere near enough.
He's crazy.
Dude.
Such a risky play.
He needs to be more cautious. You can't throw this army away.
Needs to be more cautious. We do have Duttles trying to sneak in a 4th as well, which I quite like, but here we have the army of Defiance moving in.
A little too late at this point.
That it is. The Liberator zones go down.
That's a beautiful Venn diagram. And the Marines are in. Looks like we're about to see the beginning of the end here, as the Marines, even rallying everything he's got all the way on the other side of the map. Can't quite do it yet because he is supply blocked, but that doesn't really seem to matter here.
Yep, here we have the 3rd going down for Duttles, and he does have a bunch of Banelings morphed, a bunch of Ling Bane ready to fight against the army, but there's just nothing here for the Liberators. Like, there are Hydras on the way, but he's not going to have nearly enough to take them on.
No, he will not. Baneling speed is about to be finished from Duttles, but there's a good pre-split coming in here from Defiance. Duttles is now jumping in. He knows he's got to pounce. This is one last shot, but as the Liberators just rain down on every single one of these units, I do not see Duttles getting anything done. One connection does get made.
Yeah.
But this is just a massive army coming in from Defiance.
Like, once again, Duttles, he trades fairly well with the Ling Bane, but there just isn't enough to take out the army, and GG
Good game,
is called.
well bracket. And Defiance is going to be the first to be up in one series in this round robin.
Yeah, GG, well played by Defiance, as well as Duttles. Like, I feel like Duttles, you know, we kept bringing it up, but you know, he was taking engagements pretty well. That game was especially, he almost broke Defiance. If it just wasn't for those 2 Widowmine hits, like, they killed like 30 Lings. Like, it was insane. Like, Duttles had so many Lings banked up, and they just all went down to 2 hits.
It does definitely, yeah, I definitely feel like Duttles perhaps maybe not as comfortable going into the mid game as he is the early game, which is probably why he tried to end it so quickly, but it could just be he wanted to try something different for his one opponent, you know, maybe just not as comfortable in his CBT. But we will not have to worry about that for the time being, as we are here coming in to our next match. We are going to be following Duttles. It will be a ZVP versus Kilocalorie.
Yeah, KCal from Team Legion, which is pretty sick to see. The first player from that team that we're seeing today. Or this entire season.
I gotta be honest, I think this is the first time I've seen a Legion player.
I'm in there.
I knew of the clan. I knew it existed, but I didn't actually see any of them play.
Yeah, they are a little bit after our time in like VTL and Alpha Team League and stuff. Again, like Team Legion, they joined the amateur team league scene fairly recently. They joined last year. So, you know, it's cool to see their players like participate in the community and be a part of everything again, or now, right?
Yeah.
So well, pretty sick.
Again.
Yeah. Again is the right word, just now.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again makes sense to me, but I'm trying to figure out why. I'll get it. Just give me time. But seems like we aren't going to be having it, as our players are very eager. We will be jumping in to Ephemeron once again.
That we are.
3 series.
First time we are seeing Protoss today, as well as this Team Legion player.
Team Legion in general.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see how he plays. I'm curious to see how our Zerg player plays as well.
Well, speaking of a Zerg player here, he is in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ephemeran LE. It is the Yellows. Yellow this side, interesting. He is going to be doing an extractor trick. Look at it, mate.
Ooh.
Mate.
Styling.
He is the captain of the Formless Bear Sloths, all the way from America. One might even call him the Duttles of the Sloths. It is Duttles.
Do they call him that?
I have no idea. I hope they do.
Is that what they say? Is he Daddles?
He is Duttles in a few Discord servers.
Okay. I don't know if like that's what they call, like that's his position.
I'm not sure. Here's the thing: I'm not in the Formless Bear Sloths Discord, but I'm in a couple of Discord servers that Duttles is also in. Some of them he has the nickname Daddles.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeran LE, we have the American Protoss player representing Team Legion. It is KCal. I need to like, yeah, I don't know if it's like, it could be KCal.
Yeah, it's KCal if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, is it? I don't know. Or is it just Cal? Because the K and the C, like KCal.
Well, are we talking about kilocalories or are we talking about his name?
I'm talking about his name. I'm just talking
I don't know about his name, but I know that this is basically the short form for kilocalories.
Yeah. It could
Maybe
just be coincidence. Like, I don't know, like...
It could be. This is where we find out his name is like Kenneth Caledonia.
Ah.
There we go.
Speaking of which, I didn't get to see, but I think Duttles did go for a pull first of all things, and we do have the links coming across the map. And there's no wall here at the natural. Typically,
somehow does not surprise me.
Yeah. Typically, there's an extra building here, and it is going down now. But I don't know if it's going to be done in time.
This probe is so far away. No, this probe is so far away. There is the adept, but that is not going to be enough. As the links do come in and they block that gateway. Also going to be able to get this round. GG immediately called.
Oh my god. I should have been paying attention to his probe. I don't know if he probe scouted to see if there was a pull first, but if there is a pull first, like you can just end the game like that.
He did not.
He didn't? There you go.
Well, much like kilocalories, they burn up. No, wait, do they? Why do I not remember anything?
Yeah, it's a shame. It's one of those openers that can completely catch a Protoss off guard. They need a probe scout, and if they do, and if they see the pool first, then they need to make sure they wall off, and they need to get a zealot out, and chrono it out, so then you have like a full proper wall off. Otherwise, you just it's a bad time. Otherwise, you need to like pull probes and try and stop the pylon from going down. It's just a mess.
That it is. Simulacrum is going to be our next map. I suppose there's not much we can really go into of that last game.
Yeah, we can't really, get any insight on how KCal plays or anything like that. And Duttles is just keeping on with the aggressive plays. Like, he went for like one bait or like a fast lair into a Nidus. He went for like a Link Bane all in, and now pull first.
Pool first. Speaking of pool first, a sloth, he is not. He is more of a bear, but he's also kind of formless, so it's more like like water. A water doesn't have a fixed shape.
What does a formless bear sloth look like?
I mean, to have it right there.
Is that what it looks like, though?
Here's the thing. That bear sloth has a form.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like,
I think a formless part is just it can look like it attaches. It's like water. It fills the shape. I think. The red, no wait, yellow Zerg, all the way from America. Rick, the captain of the Sloth Bears, the formless Bear Sloths, representing America. I think I already said that. Being a very aggressive player with another pool first. Look at that. It is Duttles.
And this time it does get scattered by the probe, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, we have the American Protoss player representing Team Legion. It is KCal. Alright, this is what you want. This is what I was trying to say. Immediately walled off, you have the Zealot on the way, and Chronoed. Beautiful. Perfect.
It's beautiful.
That's what you need. None of this adept first with like a hole in your wall. Like that's, yeah, it's rough.
Yep. That hit. Well, I'm not sure if you can call it a hole, and it's that massive.
Yeah, and Duttles, he's doing it again. He's doing it again.
Well, I mean, you were talking about how you kind of need a wall, but sometimes even a wall ain't gonna save you. Not if they come from behind.
Yep, no, it will not.
It's worrisome. Kilocalorie has no vision on the side of his main.
Yeah, the probe went down, and KCal, he knows that it was a pull first, but that's it, and now he probably feels pretty safe.
Oh no, going into Stargate as well.
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's gonna save him.
I mean, depending on how long it takes for him to get the Phoenix out, he could kill the Overlord. If he goes Phoenix, though. If he goes Phoenix first and then Oracle.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, exactly. Either one of those is not an entirely good option. You know, you get the Phoenix, you know, you try to get the Overlord, but the Overlord has a little bit of health. Duttles could always say, yeah, you'll kill my Overlord, but I'm gonna get my Nidus up. And what's the Phoenix gonna do against the Nidus?
It's very true. Very true. Again, we'll see how things progress as the Nidus is already halfway complete. The Stargate is done. Nothing being built from it quite yet, so we don't know if it's going to be an Oracle or a Phoenix, but either way, it's going to be a tough hold from KCal.
It will. The Oracle is going to be what's going to come out, and it's going to be rallied not quite in position, let me tell you that. Kilocalorie does have a bit of vision now. Oh, actually, the one spot where he has no vision.
Yeah, he doesn't see it. Oh, God.
Duttles is a genius.
Oh, the depths though. Oh, no, go back. No, what are you doing? Oh, no.
Because he doesn't suspect the Nidus.
He doesn't.
He didn't suspect the Nidus. He thought he was just wasting his position. There is a shield battery, and a lot of these probes do come in to provide a bit of a bounty block, but they are pretty far away now. The Oracle is running out of energy. The shield battery is out of energy. The Adepts are still alive, but one of them immediately goes down. Duttles coming in for round 2, getting a little bit of surround, and GG's called. Wow. Duttles, after going down 0-1 earlier. It was so fast. I didn't even...
that was an
It was so fast I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's the end of the series. I feel for KCal. Oh my god. Duttles, you have a child.
Yeah, why are you teaching your child?
You have a child, Duttles. How could you do something like this? Oh my god. You
need to be a role model.
Oh my god. GG.
Absolutely ruthless. Wow.
Yeah, hey Woodkid05 in the chat. I'm sorry you had to see that, of all things. Duttles 2-0ing in like 10 minutes, the fastest series we've had here on the NA Contender. But mate,
I don't even know what to say after that.
I just feel sad for KCal because he comes into this, right? He's, expecting a series, he's going to display his skill, and then you just, this is what you end up playing up against, It's like, it's a shame. Because I still don't know how he plays. Like, the games have just been ending so quick. Like, I don't know what his tendencies are. I don't know what, like, his preferred playstyle or anything.
Well, I got good news for you, Light. We will be seeing KCal actually immediately after this. I think we are going to go into a quick little... I kind of don't want to because,
Exactly.
you know...
Yeah, I was about to ask you, should we not go on a break just because of how fast that series was? And instead we'll just have one break today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
We are going into a TVP. It will be following on Kilocalorie and following on a player from earlier. Tis Defiance.
Ooh. Okay. The two relatively new players to us at least.
Yeah.
Gonna be a PVT of all things.
That it will be. Stay tuned for more of that, as we will. There are 2 Protoss players in this group, but as we load in, map 1 will be Triton, as our players call GLHF. Let's go.
KCal.
Chat now.
Yeah, KCal spamming a little bit in the lobby chat.
Yeah.
You know, he's eager to get into an actual series, like a longer series.
Don't cheese me, please. And speaking of, don't cheese me. We have it. I don't think it will. In the bottom right hand corner map, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Triton LE. We have the yellow Terran. You know, we've known him to be a very cautious player, but he's gonna have to be cautious in this matchup. Let's see what he goes for. All the way in America, representing Gosu Crew B, it is Defiance.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Triton LE, we have the Protoss player representing America as well as Team Legion. We just saw him in a very fast series. Hopefully we can see more of him today. It is KCal. I just pressed the wrong button. There we go. So you did just mention it, Yaku, and actually I'm looking forward to this because Defiance, he's a player that we've seen be very, like, kind of conservative with his play, very macro-oriented, and it's going to give an opportunity for KCal to, you know, show off a little bit.
The game,
yeah, to play the game.
Hey, you gotta play the game.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play the game if you want to play the game, right?
That is an accurate statement, yeah.
Exactly. I'd like to think that Defiance played this series straight after his series against Duttles as well.
Oh, yeah. I do, too. Duttles was his introduction into the NA Contender, I like to imagine.
Yeah.
And did not work out too well.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why, again, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I want to see how these two play more in their elements. I say that assuming, you know, I assume that KCal isn't really a cheesy player. You know, we didn't see any proxies in the last series. I don't know.
Yeah, assuming that they didn't really prepare specific builds.
Yeah.
Which I kind of doubt, as Defiance is going for the 2-in-1 once again.
Oh.
Now, it's not very unheard of. It's definitely uncommon in the TVP. However, if we go back to the advice of numerous streamers, just go 2-in-1 every matchup.
Yeah.
Until you hit until it stops working.
Yeah. I mean, 2-on-1, it still works. It can get you right into Masters 3, Masters 2 even. You know, it's still fine. You know, you don't have to just do what the pros do, right? Like, yeah. StarCraft is more flexible than that.
It's all relative. In fact, sometimes if you do try to copy the pros, you'll find out it doesn't work out too well because you don't have the reflexes of somebody who's been playing 10 hours a day.
Yeah. That's you do not. But you know, we do have nice scout from Defiance. His Reaper does make it into the main, and he does spot the Stargate with the Oracle being morphed. So
absolutely key here. It's again, a little bit unfortunate. Stargate is definitely one of those builds which tends to be a bit weaker versus Stargate. That's not to say it's impossible to hold, but I think Defiance is going to lose a couple of SCVs unless he's quick to react.
Yeah, and with that, he did see the Stargate. He does have a Widowmine on the way, and depending on where he positions it, where he burrows it, it could immediately hit the Oracle.
And he will be going straight into the mineral lines. That is what I'd like to see, as the Oracle does come in very, very shortly. It is going to go over it. Backs away, and he's instead going to go for this building SCV, which is very annoying, if I do say so myself. It's not, it's not terrible. He's still dependent on this reactor to finish before he can swap any add-ons. But it's a little annoying.
Yeah, nice reflexes from KCal. I think he saw the Widowmine targeting, and he was able to pull his Oracle back just in time and keep it alive. And that's, he can do much more with it now, whether it's like scouting or even stats wards. I almost said stasis wards.
That's what I like to see.
I corrected myself with stats wards. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
That's what they are.
That, in fact, is the case. Defiance is starting to prepare his drop, but two Phoenixes do come in to try to deter that. If Kilocalorie plays his cards right, he could potentially snipe a medevac or two.
Oh, that he could.
The Phoenix does go down. Very nice starter step coming in from Defiance. As he's just soldiering on. He did not lose a lot of Marines to that. He still has enough to fill up 2 medevacs.
Yeah.
But I think, is he supply blocked? No, he was for briefly earlier, which is why his second medevac is a little bit off. But he's actually going to move out. He's not going to load up.
I mean, this is a little bit scary for KCal because for defensively, like, he invested a lot into these Phoenixes, into these Oracles, and they aren't really the best unit you want for, to play against Marines, specifically.
No, they are not. Speaking of playing against Marines, goodbye, Oracle.
The Oracle did go down. And, meanwhile, we do have the Phoenixes coming back from the main. He does know where his army is situated, and I think KCal has enough, potentially.
He's gonna have to bait them into the stasis ward, which he does.
Beautiful
shot.
Oh, and he should be able to clean up the medevacs, especially with the Phoenixes.
Yeah. He gets every single Marine, and he's just gonna take out the medevacs, position himself to take out the Marines. Nicely done from a Blue Protoss player.
That was actually beautifully played. Like, everything just kind of worked out for him.
The massive debate as Defiance is forced to back away. Even going to pop his stim to get a little bit of a start step going on. He does have enough to fight this, though, which is why he's going to try to press it, but he should back off once he sees the shield batteries.
Yeah.
His units are so low at this point. But he's going to keep going for it. The reinforcements are in, but it's not going to be enough, especially not with these adepts.
Yeah, a little bit of a...
If I've ever seen one.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistiming there. We do have these upgrades only just finishing up for Defiance, so missing a little bit of a timing there, I feel like, with 1-1 and combat shields finishing as soon as the fight was over.
I'm still kind of curious as to maybe he saw the Stargate and sort of knew that, you don't really have a lot defensively now. I'm just going to go in without mines, without tanks. So I got stim, yo.
I mean, it could have worked if he didn't go into like a stasis ward, Like, that really kind of threw everything in the air.
The Phoenixes! You managed to get away. Very nice reflexes once again coming in from Kilocalorie. So you gotta make sure you get your calories in.
Yeah. Very nice control coming out from Kilocalorie. Or KCal. I'm still not sure if Kilocalorie is what he's named after.
That's the unit. Defiance is going to go in for a more traditional drop rather than a straight up move out, and this could actually do a lot. Defiance knows that Kilocalorie is going to be protecting his third base.
That he does. Position. He doesn't spot the fourth that KCal is trying to get down, which is kind of bold, like, considering that Defiance is still on 2 bases only.
Phoenixes are on the way. The Phoenixes are on the way to the medevacs. The Phoenixes.
Oh god. They're gonna find them. Are they gonna find them?
They do see them, but into the vision, but
I didn't get it in time.
Nice, very nice. Quick recall coming in from our Protoss player.
Oh.
And they will deny this drop once again.
Yeah, Blink isn't quite done, but the drop does go down regardless. At the same time, though, there is a force coming to the third base of KCal.
No.
Yeah, there are no medevacs, but there was a recall, so the army is completely out of position.
That it is. This is a bit of suicide run, but it is getting a lot of damage. 12 probes are already down.
Yeah, 12 probes, a bunch of zealots.
Yeah.
5 zealots.
That's pretty nicely done. There were also the Widow Mines here to sort of zone out the army.
He's killing more
as
probes.
Defiance just gets more probes, yeah.
Oh my god.
18. Can I get 19? 18. There we go.
That was insane.
Says he's still kind of behind on the worker count, but he's been able to stabilize quite a bit.
Yeah. And you know, again, even though he is behind on the worker count, he does still have mules. He does have a third that's ready to land, but the zealots were able to force it to lift up. And now we have Defiance, you know, trying to take his third, and once he does, he can start to get back into this. I'm still trying to figure out whether it was worth it or not. He was able to kill 18 workers, but he lost like 3 medevac drops to that.
So much supply.
Yeah,
that's kind of, well, I would say it's worth it if Defiance just goes greedy and defensive from this point on. But instead, it seems like that Defiance would rather try to end the game as quickly as possible. You know, I don't blame him as a Terran player. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like you could just chill a little bit and just focus on drops rather than moving out.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult because we do have Defiance, you know, he's trying to macro up, but he is starting behind because KCal has been really greedy. He got his third base a lot faster. He got his fourth base a lot faster as well. He's got such a drone lead, a worker lead even, that I feel like he's at the advantage right now.
That he definitely is. Look at his income for Defiance.
Yeah,
he cannot spend quickly enough. That's how much income he's getting.
He has such a bank as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he does, and that's going to be important for when he eventually moves out, as he maxes out. Yeah,
but it does seem like KCal will be the first player to max out, and you know, he's going for disruptors, which is quite nice to see. Double warp prism as well, which is bold to say the least. It requires a lot of APM, a lot of like attention to be able to control 2 of these at the same time.
You think maybe he just realized he got one?
It's possible. We'll see. If they both stay with the army, then we'll know. Yeah,
I do kind of like in theory have a reinforcement point, have a multi-prong into the main point, as these armies seem to be missing each other, but Kilocalorie does see the army of Defiance with his observer.
Yeah.
Even.
Would you have
that in the middle of the map?
Yeah, it looks like the armies are going to end up meeting at the third base of KCal. Meanwhile, we have a drop that gets caught out by the Phoenixes.
Yep, nicely done, patrolling them there. Warp Prism does go down, and that's gotta hurt. If you are Kilocalorie, that's a lot of mines.
That's a lot of mines.
Kilocalorie's gonna have to respect this. But the Purification Novas, they do get a couple of Marines, quite a handful actually, but they do also get a couple of Zealots with it. Very worth it. Very worth it. Myself, one of these medevacs already getting taken out.
But the rest do make it into the main. Here.
Yeah, that he is, or that they do.
Oh, he's going to be able to deny the upgrade as well.
Not right now. Yeah, he doesn't really know how he wants to split this, but the Purification Novas do wipe out the mines, and now the tanks, or not the tanks, sorry, the main army, just going to go straight on in. Does take out the medevac, and the drop in the main is getting cleared out.
Yeah, KCal defending in his main and his third at the same time. Ends up clearing. Yeah, he ends up clearing everything up, just completely destroying the army of Defiance, and he is maxed out 200 supply, mate. How does he do it?
That's a very good question. He is starting to march across the map. Defiance has nothing in position. He's focused so much on these Marines and these mines. Got a couple of Liberators as well, but getting Liberators, since he is only on one starport, means that he wasn't able to get medevacs, which is absolutely crucial for any engagement that a Terran player wants to engage in. Liberators will deter Kilocalorie, but he could always just turn around. It doesn't look like he's going to do that. He's going to go for more run-bys with these Zealots. potentially get some friendly fire. He does, but doesn't get much other than that. Right into the middle of the line. These zealots do go in, and they get a little bit of damage, but more importantly, they get a very nice scout. KCal is repositioning right now. Is he gonna blink? He does not blink. That is a lot of Liberators. Purification Novas are going out, but they unfortunately do not get to connect with anything.
Yeah, and again, it's just pure bio here from Defiance. There are a couple of Widowmines, but they're not here at the front. Just Marines and Liberators, and I feel like at some point KCal is just going to push in. Like, he's kind of been stuck here, maxed out for quite a while. He's just posturing, kind of waiting for a moment, but...
KCal, it's kind of that. He is waiting for a moment. He is looking for an opening, but I think he also wants to make sure that he's got his late game set up. If he does lose this army, which is pretty likely, this is a very nice defensive setup for
the Liberators are out of position. They're not here.
They are out of position, but the mines are in position, and they do manage to buy quite a bit of time. Oh, but these disruptors does get caught out, as well as an Archon and another Archon.
A little bit of miscontrol here, leaving his army unattended. Oh god.
Oh, hot pickup. Does ensure that the least amount of Marines are lost to that army. Defiance, not really sure whether he wants to move, send out a drop or stay home and defend.
Yeah, I'm a little bit...
KCal, he's just turning around.
Yeah, I think he misread the situation. He saw the medevacs pick up and go to the north, and he assumed that there's a drop happening, but really, Defiance just came back home with them, so there's not much to defend at home. KCal, though, you know, just trying to get ready for it. Meanwhile, he keeps trying to do some Zealot run bites, but there are plenty of Widowmines here at the natural of Defiance, and he's able to defend.
Like so. This does worry me a little bit for KCal. It does mean that he's sort of bleeding out resources. He's switching it up into Colossus, which is a pretty good move if you're asking me. He is going up against a very Marine-focused army. It's only now going into Marauders as he denies the fourth.
Yeah, this is actually getting really scary for KCal. He's been maxed out for a while. He's had this advantage, but Defiance is starting to catch up in supply. He did lose his fourth that he was trying to establish, but I don't think that matters too much if he's able to win this battle, because it can take...
He needs to win this battle, and he needs to win it decisively. He cannot lose too much army here, because again, if you just look at the worker supply difference, Defiance has to end the game soon.
The recall, again, KCal misreading the situation. He thought that Defiance was going north towards the base, so he was going back to defend, but Defiance had turned around and there's nothing to defend.
No, there isn't. Defiance is starting to move out now, and
they just keep missing each other.
Needs to win decisively. They do miss each other a lot. Yeah. They're both a little scared. They don't really want to engage, but now that KCal has his observer in place, he knows exactly where Defiance is going for.
The bio is caught out of position.
That they are. These are a lot of Liberators, but again, they're not in the position for Defiance to really, or rather KCal, to really have to worry about it, as he just moves straight on in. Defiance is pushing through, trying to get as much damage as he can with his bio. They are dodging the Purification Novas, but the Liberators are starting to get taken out, and as that happens, there is nothing left for Defiance. This is just about it. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire there.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire there, but KCal does end up catching the entire army from behind, cleaning everything up. We can just see the huge difference in supply. We have KCal almost basically maxed out. Defiance dropping 90 supply. He is dropping here as well, but there it is.
GG is called. GG. A very good example of just starving out your opponent into desperation and taking advantage. I mean, both players were kind of going for that. You know, Defiance wanted to go for his drops to sort of decimate KCal's army, or not army, sorry, economy, which would force KCal into a position where he had to do damage. But as you saw, KCal just kind of turned the tables.
Yeah. KCal, or KCal, he had a really good showing this game, to be honest. Like, especially compared to his first series. I was a little bit worried, but you know, this series we saw him play extremely defensively, and he was able to, you know, stop all of the drops that Defiance was trying to make happen, and macro up behind it. You know, he got up to 4 bases very quickly, and he was able to defend very nicely, getting him a nice advantage.
That he did. Ephemeron is going to be our next map, as we are looking for confirmation. Our players are ready. GLH installed. And we're going to get in to game number 2.
Here's the question. We've seen how these two players play. Are we going to see any proxies?
Yes.
Yes? From who?
Yes. Defiance. And speaking of, here we have it in the bottom right corner of the map, starting in the bottom right hand corner of Ephemeron LE. We have the Yellow Terran representing the Gosu crew, as well as America. It is the very cautious player, down 0-1 in the series. Can he reverse his fortunes? It is Defiance.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, we have the Protoss player up 1-0 in this series, which is, you know, a nice change of pace compared to the first series we saw him in. He is representing America as well as Team Legion. It is KCal.
And there was a proxy.
Holy shit, you're right. Oh my god, it wasn't the player that we were thinking that it would be, but we do have a proxy pylon here in the bottom right hand side of the base. Oh my god!
It will be a gateway.
And it's a gateway.
This is worrisome. Defiance has scouted this, but now that he sees the cyber core, I wonder.
Yeah, he does scout. He does know that there's a proxy. There is only one pylon in the main base, so he knows that the second pylon has to be out there somewhere, or at least he should know based on what he has seen in the main base. There is another gas being taken as well, and I actually really love this because KCal kind of like asserted his dominance in the macro game, and you don't really expect him to proxy. You know, there's a reason why we thought Defiance was going to be the one who proxies, but KCal proxying kind of like throws things out of whack, and we could see something crazy come out of this. But at the same time, Defiance, he showed that he has really good defense against Duttles.
Yeah, he has. He's shown his defense against kilocalorie as well earlier enough. The Reaper's gonna spot this, and it does. And that's the end of that.
Well, he does spot it. I mean, he's not going to stop the Stalker from coming out. The Stalker will ward this Reaper away. Again, Defiance does know where this proxy is. Now it just comes down to whether he can defend it or not. We do have a bunker on the way. It should finish up. The Stalker shouldn't be able to cancel it. There it is. But I think the Stalker can pick away at the depots, but he doesn't have high ground vision.
No,
so.
you need high ground vision for that.
Yeah.
And in order to do so, this early in the game, he's gonna have to be on the ramp, which is in range of the bunker.
Oof. Yeah, meanwhile, in the main base of KCal, the Reaper of Defiance did go down to the Adept, and here we have the follow-up. Stargate.
We've seen this quite a few times from kilocalorie. I have a feeling it might be his thing.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily blame him.
Yeah, he's pretty comfortable with Stargate play, whether it's Phoenixes or Oracles, you know, which is pretty cool to see. But it's on Defiance. Oh my god, you were right.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, we do see this. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be a Proxy Liberator. We see that quite often in this matchup. And honestly, I really like this because it's not only going to deal like offensive damage, but he's going to be able to scout the Stargate as well. Will it be in time though?
Ooh, but it will be a Phoenix first coming out from kilocalorie. I don't think I don't really see Defiance getting a lot of damage done unless, come on, Viking. Nope, it is in fact going to be a Banshee, which is actually a pretty good choice. Going Phoenixes rather than Oracles, and there's no Robo facility. There ain't going to be detection.
It's a little bit risky. Obviously, this does delay whatever comes out, as it will take a little bit longer to create the unit. There's a higher, or there is a possibility that this proxy does get scouted, so we will see where this Phoenix goes once it gets made. But I don't think KCal has any idea, he doesn't have a reason to be suspicious that there is something out across the map.
And suspicious he is not, as the Phoenix gets rallied all the way across the map.
Yeah, he comes in, he scouts the main, he sees the natural being built, that CC, and here we go. The Banshee is halfway done. It's on the way, and there's no Robo, right? There's no Oracle. He's just making more and more Phoenixes. This could, like, be huge. This could clear out an entire mineral line.
Oh, I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for it. Killer Calorie, just, I think even versus, if we saw in the Duttles game, is, just very confident in his ability that there's nothing coming out for him.
Yeah, we do have the Banshee waiting for, I must have said stealth, Cloak to finish up.
Stealth makes sense.
Meanwhile, we do have Defiance trying to set up his natural, the Phoenixes being as annoying as they can be. And there it is.
The Phoenixes are not in position. There is the Cloak. Going to be waiting for that second Banshee as it pops off. Also be... What?
The third. I was just saying the probe went over to put down the third, but he didn't see the starport.
No, he did not. That is just about the best position. You can proxy the starport in. 2 Banshees are out, and they are about to go in. As you do see the Marines moving out for Defiance, trying to chase these Phoenixes back. And it does draw the attention away from the mineral line.
Yep, and here come the 2 Banshees, and there's no detection at all. There's no Robo, there's no Oracle. If he wanted to, he probably could focus down the pylon that is powering the Stargate, but instead he is going for the probes, which is probably the right call, to be honest.
And it is. Cloak is here, and there is no detection. These Banshees have a lot of energy as they one-shot probe after probe after probe.
How many is going to go down?
I want to say all of them.
All of them. 18?
All of them. Every single one.
More than 18? 20?
All of them. The Oracle is out, but it's not quite the energy for a revelation. There's the reveal.
Gonna get one more. One more. 19. Hey.
And that is what you might call a big oof.
And I like how that entire time the starport was flying across the map trying to get back home. It's halfway there. Will he make it? Will he avoid the Phoenixes? We'll see. Oh god. Meanwhile,
they're coming for him.
Yeah, they are. They're gonna run into the starport. Land.
Oh, but the Phoenixes, they made a sharp turn. And so they do avoid the star port, but they're gonna avoid the main army of Defiance as well. Defiance is moving across the map. There is no blink, no charge, no... Wait, is there charge? There is charge.
Yep.
But there's no blink.
KCal does spot the army in the middle of the map, so he does know where it is. The Phoenixes are on their way back home. Will KCal be able to warp in enough units, like, especially with these 2 tanks? This is a terrifying army.
It's building a bunker.
Yeah, this is huge. I think the third is for sure going to go down. It's going to be on KCal to try and stop that from happening. Oh my god, there's just so much here. Lift up the tanks.
Marines go into the bunker.
Lift them up. Lift, puppy. Lift.
Is trying to lift, but the Phoenixes do go down. Third is about to be going down as well. GG is called. And Defiance takes it to the ace match.
GG. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like KCal maybe could have tried to fight that army, but at the same time, you saw that there was like already a pretty big supply difference.
2 tanks, yeah.
Yeah, and the 2 tanks
and
as well.
It's hard to fight 2 tanks without blink, without charge.
Yeah.
The bio was very badly bruised, and there were no medevacs. However, that doesn't really matter if your army gets taken out before they can finish him off.
Yeah, and it also comes down to the fact that, you know, there was a bunker there as well. You know, he made use of that SCV, and it just made it so much harder to break that contain, or break that push, I should say.
Speaking of push, Eternal Empire is going to be our next map, the final map in this TVP series. What are we up for? Let's find out as we go in to game number 3.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see more of a macro game. In saying that, it could be Defiance's turn to proxy first. We'll see.
And then get proxied in retaliation.
you know, we did see like some proxy marauders yesterday. Could see it again.
Yeah, we did. It was all from that other Terran player, but that is not the Terran player that we are talking about. We are looking at this yellow Terran player coming in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire, Leeele. It is representing Gosu Crew, all the way from America. We have Defiance.
And spawning
America.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Protoss player, also representing America, as well as Team Legion. It is KCal.
Also sums up America. Defiance and kilocalories.
Again, I don't know if that's what this stands for. We need these questions answered. Like, how do you pronounce your name? What are you?
What are you?
What are you?
I need to know.
Is he like really into like health? Does he like go to the gym? I don't know.
Is he like, yeah. That's what I'm hoping it is.
These are the questions that I want answered. Are you on keto? I don't know.
Are you just like, do you just like looking at the nutritional information of packets?
Yeah.
Do you own a Fitbit?
Do you have activewear?
That is the question.
Something interesting.
I'm sponsored by the Fitbit Corporation.
Yeah. Something interesting is that we do have an SCV here to the south, so you know we could see another proxy starport. Like,
is that the SCV that chased the probe? I don't think it was. It's turning around. It might have been.
It may have been. I don't know what it's doing, but it's going home. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We do have a 2-1-1 once again coming out from Defiance, as we did see in game number 1, which is quite, you know, standard so far. And meanwhile, we do have the Reaper coming into the main, getting a nice scout off.
Stargate once again.
Yeah.
And this is, I feel like these two players are very comfortable with what they do.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they're back to their standard ways. Oh, this Reaper actually could get a worker as the Adept is a little bit out of position. Oh, never mind. Does back off.
Decides to back away. Does not want to risk it. The Reaper is way too important, as you do need it to scout later on, unless you want to waste energy on a scan. Reaper. Oh, look at that bamboozle. Oh, never mind. That would have been perfect timing if it was timed right.
Yeah. You've said that before. Would have been perfectly timed if it was timed perfectly. Yeah. Pretty sure that's in a duct tape or something. Pretty sure it's become an actual Yaku like quote.
It's just an inspiration. Yeah, it's an inspirational quote. It's gonna be hang down on your office.
I mean, you're not wrong. You know, not wrong.
Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do have the Oracle coming into the natural this time. The Widowmine is in the main. It is out of position. There are no Marines here either, so some SCVs will go down.
The Widowmine is coming on the way, though. But once again, another building SCV will be taken out. This is quite a number of Marines. And for the most part, Defiance has kept his workers alive. More importantly, he kept his mules alive.
That he did. But again, like, well played by KCal. He did kill more workers than he did in the previous game, where he went for this similar opening. Was able to avoid the Widowmine. I don't know if it was intentional or not. The Widowmine was here in the main, like, hidden in that same spot, but yeah, did opt to go for the natural instead. And now we have 2 Oracles out on the map.
That we do. That's incredibly important. For going into the mid game.
Oh no, he's repositioning the Widowmine.
He is repositioning the Widowmine. Oh, but it's not in a terrible position, that Widowmine. There are angles that Defiance or KCal can go in. One middle line goes down. Beautifully done. That's why that's a pretty good position. It's just in the Venn diagram. Covers a lot of bases.
It is hard to see. Loses one Oracle for one SCV. Is a nice trade from Defiance. Nice Widowman positioning. Meanwhile, we do have more Oracles coming out. Two once again out on the map. Meanwhile,
is it stats playing?
It could be stats playing. KCal getting his third up and running once again. I like his macro style. You know, he's not afraid to expand. Calling out Cat a little bit there.
Time. Oof. But yeah, I do say that a lot of time Protest players are a little bit worried of aggression. It is part of the whatchamacallit, the meta, I suppose, that, you know, Terran players do want to be very aggressive, which is why we tend to see Protoss players being a bit more cautious. But I don't know, you know, it's a little bit daunting, but once you realize, you know, I can target fire, or I can retreat, or even if I don't get this third secured, you know, I can cancel it and come back later.
Yeah.
I don't know where that rant was going for. It was just like, you know, players expand more.
Players, they play. They play the game.
Play.
Sometimes they play one way, sometimes they play another.
Yeah, you know, sometimes some players, they know that this is what they want to do. Sometimes they don't realize
that that's what they want to do.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's what they can do, get away with.
Meanwhile, we did have a nice revelation from our Protoss player, and we have some pretty good stats words. We did see them be crucial in the defense of game number 1 by KCal, so I really like this, to be honest. He's just like throwing them out around the map.
Yeah, I really like the positioning of where he's placing them down as well, because if you look at it, this means that he's safe to secure another base.
Yeah, he's thinking ahead. Quite like it.
Absolutely.
A little bit of an aggressive base, an offensive base, I should say, as opposed to the one further to the south, but we'll see if that comes into play if he ends up going for a faster fourth base. We do have Defiance, you know, macroing up. He's going for this Marine Widowmine style once again, going for those
the Widowmines! Take out another Oracle.
Jesus Christ. Oh, another one!
And wow, we were talking about the stasis wards, how they were securing the bases of kilocalories, but these Widowmines, throwing them down.
I love it. Very nice positioning, and it looks like we're going to see a move out pretty soon come out from Defiance.
The boys have pulled.
What?
The boys have been pulled.
The
boys have been pulled. This is all in.
Oh, God.
And you know what? The boys, they don't really do too well versus stasis wards, I can tell you that.
They don't, but the stasis wards, you know, they do have a time duration. They will run out eventually. And it looks like the Stalker's going to run into this army. He does spot it.
And they do see it. You see, Defiance wants to be very aggressive. He is all in, so he's going to retreat back into the safety of his stasis wards. There is no, whatchamacallit, AoE damage from kilocalorie just yet. He's trying to get a couple of Archons, and they should be able to go in
he's gonna waste
as
one.
the crucial battle happens. Yeah, that was a little bit of a backfire on kilocalorie there.
Yeah. One of the stasis wards do
but
go
it does
off.
buy him a little bit of time. One of the other stasis wards did run out of time, very unfortunately. Being very aggressive with these Liberators. They do get sniped by the Stalkers. Nicely done from our blue Protoss player. And now there's a choke point that the Archons are looking to take advantage of. I think we're about to see a GG coming out from Defiance very, very soon.
And there it is. The Protoss player is able to push through. All the Widowmines are done. It's just Bio left, one medevac left, and everything goes down. GG is called.
And kilocalorie takes is tied. So is Defiance, actually. Both of them are now 1-1 in series score.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important win for KCal, especially because of that 2-0 loss to Duttles, which, you know, Defiance was able to beat Duttles 2-0, so it's so important that he was able to come back in this series and, you know, get some points on the board.
That, in fact, It is, if you want to do some quick math. I think this. Actually, all of them are kind of tied. All of them that we've seen play so far.
Yeah, everyone's got one win, basically. Some are a little bit higher in the ranks than others, as there were a couple of 2-0s as opposed to this 2-1. And yeah, some pretty interesting styles so far. Unfortunately, we haven't seen everyone yet. We haven't been able to cast Reality just yet, but we will be getting into his series coming up next after, I believe we're going to go on a break. As I update Wikipedia.
That don't make me do math, yeah. But stay tuned and enjoy the duct tape.
Yeah.
A new competitor. We are going to be following one of our players from the previous series into another PvT. So hope you like that matchup.
Yep, and I hope you like this new player, as we will be following him for the rest of the night. We have 3 series left, all of them containing Reality, and it's good to see him. It's been a while since we've been able to cast him.
That is accurate.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I believe, I want to say we 2-time SEO champ? Or maybe 1 time?
You know, I was gonna guess, but we have data available to us. We can just Google it. We have the technology. Let's.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm just gonna quickly have a look.
Technology.
Let's hear it. Let's look at least 2019. 2019. 2019. Sorry, 2018. He won SDO.
There we go.
Once. He won SDO once.
There we go.
Actually, at the end, in December of 2018.
There we go.
Yeah. And in 2019, he only played an MSO, right? Because then he got promoted.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that Reality is the favorite in this group, but
I mean, he won an SDO. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And then was barred from playing in SEO because of too high MMR.
That he did. And you know what? Has Duttles won an SEO?
Has Duttles even... Wait, hold up. Has Duttles played in SEO?
He has not. Mate, what's going on?
Called out.
What's going on, Duttles?
Called out. You know, actually, this is why nobody knows. This is why everybody keeps forgetting you.
You know, you know what's important, actually? Reality, he won the last MSO.
There we... Well, there you have it.
Which is weird because he basically won it on the anniversary that he won an SDO. Like, he won MSO in December of 2019. A year earlier, he won SDO in December of 2018.
Ah, it's like the summer of Taja, but reversed.
Exactly. It's the winter of Reality. Hey, that's deep. There's some meaning.
We're gonna go into Nightshade, our first map.
There's some meaning behind that. The winter of Reality. Holy shit.
Oh, it's like the long night.
It's literally the long night. He is the Night King. And on Nightshade. Mate.
Menine.
Mate. I will go as far as to say he's the favorite, you know? Just putting that out there.
I will too. And speaking of the favorite, here he is in the top left-hand corner of the map, spotting in the top left-hand corner of Belladonna LE. It is the blue Protoss all the way in the lands of the US. He is representing Alpha X, a one-time STO and one-time MSO champ. It is Reality.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Nightshade LE. We've already seen him a couple of times tonight. It is his last series. We have the Terran player representing Team Gosu. Or the Gosu crew even. Team Gosu's a different team. It is Defiance. God damn it, Gosu.
Yeah.
Why can't we just?
Why are so many of them?
Why can't we just merge them all? Just bring them all under one Gosu banner, you know, like
Born Gosu crew, team crew. No, team Gosu born. No wait, team born Gosu crew.
There we go. Look at that.
And this is what I imagine. It's the octopus, but it also. Wait, yeah. So it'll be the octopus.
It has the shield.
It has the shield. There we go. It's like holding the shield in one tentacle.
Do you know what Team Ghost's logo is?
How dare you?
It's kind of like a scythe, kind of.
There we go. And then on the other hand, it's a scythe.
Exactly.
Is
Beautiful.
that Scythe Gaming?
I don't think Scythe Gaming is a thing anymore.
Or Team Scythe?
I think they disbanded. But yeah, you know, we've got some pretty standard openings coming out. I feel like Reality, he's got to be like super confident coming into this group, you know. He's like, who the hell is this guy? This is our player, I didn't even know. Like, and everyone else, like, they didn't even play in any KranKy Ducklings tournaments. So, you know, he's coming in here, he's playing straight up. That's all he needs to do, really.
Defiance is switching it up.
Oh, yeah, he's not going 2-on-1.
That is not a barracks.
Yeah.
It's playing it a little more standard, actually.
Well, I mean, standard for most, but for this guy, he's off the rails right now.
Is he okay? Do we have to...
I mean, we did just see him lose a TVP. You know, like, it is possible that he's questioning life right now, trying to, you know, reevaluate, you know, where he is in society and how he wants to continue his career as a Terran player. And here we have it. We have a Widowmine. Are we going to see a Widowmine show?
It's gonna have to be. I feel like it's pretty much the only way for the Terran player Defiance, if you're going for this build, other than, you know, keeping the Reaper alive. But he...
yeah, like...
Pardon me.
It's all good. And I know how much you love this style of play, and you know how good this can go. You know, this isn't KCal, right? KCal probably would have gone for a Stargate opener. He would have like potentially some kind of defense for this. Meanwhile, though, Reality, he's going for a Twilight Council. He's going for a Robo. He's getting Zealot legs. Like, he's looking fairly scary, but he's not looking poised to have something to defend against this drop. But will it even matter? Like, it looks like he's throwing down so many gateways. 5 gateways are going down. He's got to have a strong push.
All in one pylon. I can see it so clearly, light.
If only the Widowmines could destroy buildings. Mate, he heard you. We have no delay on stream.
Whoa, hold up. Benign. But it looks like Defiance is not actually... Wait, hold up. Yep, he did go for the drop. 3 mines.
Oh,
but yeah, he's just gonna play it out. Bio, this is more towards what I'm familiar with, more of what I tend to play. He's gonna get a Raven, I'm guessing.
I'm just worried because this drop could potentially deal a lot of damage. Bearing in mind he's gonna lose these Widowmines. I can't imagine he's gonna save them. I could be wrong there.
But Reality could lose a lot of probes, but he's not falling for it. Only losing 3, but 1 for each mine.
Does he think they...
There's still 1 mine. Burrow.
Oh, God.
Puppy. 8 probes. Nicely done.
Yeah, he
but in saying that,
there's already
this Warp Prism. That's the least of Reality's concerns, because now he's just looking to end this.
Yeah, the force field goes out, and this is what I was talking about. Like, all these gateways went down, and Reality was going for this big all-in, and oh my god, more Zealots are warping in, and there's no way for him to get back into the main.
Really?
Yeah, finally the force field goes down, and the Zealots are
but it's actually, this actually opens up the surface area for these Zealots to attack every single one of these SCVs, every single one of these Marines. GG is called, and it looks like Reality is the favorite after all.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue with that opening build. That Widowmine drop is that, you send your Widowmines across the map, they're not at home to defend, and he had no idea that this push was coming. He had no idea that, there were 5 gateways had gone down, that there was a Warp Prism as well, that this aggression was coming. It just completely caught him off guard.
That it did. Really. Just keeping his hand, not revealing it too quickly. Making sure that it was only at the very end that he was sure that the Reaper was dead before he went into that explosion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that at that point, you can argue that it's on Defiance for losing his Reaper a little bit early, getting a little bit greedy, trying to get in there, and he lost it, and that, he forgave scouting because of that, and yeah, he just wasn't prepared for the Zealots.
No, he was that. This is why I usually keep some vision on that part of the main, but it's also a little bit it's not something you really expect.
Yeah, you could also say that it's a little bit of like a not a build order loss, but like a build order disadvantage. Like if he had gone for like the 2-on-1 that he normally does, and he goes for that defensive Widowmine, like defensive Widowmines in general, really, he would have been able to defend this like a lot better. It was just this game where he just decided to go 1-1-1.
One time he doesn't go 2-on-1.
Exactly, yeah.
Triton is going to be our next map as we do load in. It is a bit of a feels bad.
Feels bad, man. Are we going to see 2-on-1 out of Defiance?
Is where we see a proxy 3-Rex Marauder.
I would love to see that, actually. I'm okay with that.
Speaking of like to see that, here we have it in the top left-hand corner map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Triton. It is our blue Protoss representing Alpha X, all the way from the USA. It is a player who we now know is not a commentator / streamer. Well, he does stream every now and then, I think. We have Realite.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of Trident LE, we have the Terran player representing Team the Ghost Crew. Did it again, god damn it. He is down 1-0 in this series. This could potentially be the last game he plays in this tournament. He is the Terran player, Defiance.
Defiantly going for the builds. We don't actually know what his build is as of yet.
Yeah, we still don't know what is opening.
To determine.
We can't say that, he's not proxying at least.
Seems like a bit of a late gas.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. It was like, his gas isn't quite done yet, which is... I don't know if that means too much. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it could be a mistake or it could be intentional.
Could be, or he could be maybe a little bit flustered. His gas was delayed. He's maybe, not as confident as he once was now after that first game. 2 SCVs coming back. Did he send 2 SCVs out on the map?
He sent one. The other one was to chase a probe.
Right. That it was. But he did SCV scout. He did make sure that there was nothing crazy happening on the other side of the map. There was no proxy, no aggression. And yeah, we're gonna get into a fairly normal... There it is!
Yeah, it's that 2-on-1. Going back to basics. Going for what you're confident in.
I like it.
I like this.
Yeah. Good on ya. I want him to win now. I want this to win. This is great.
Reverse. Oh, what? So the one time that Defiance goes for the 2-on-1, reality. That's a Stargate coming in. That's very major. Feels bad.
Here we have the Stargate opener coming from reality. Be fairly quick, fairly fast. I mean, this was done against Defiance by KCal, right? Like he did a pretty similar thing, pretty similar opening. So I feel like Defiance should be fine. You know, he's gonna have Widow Mines in position. Yeah.
Yep, he should. He should at least be well practiced at this point.
Yeah.
Facing against Stargate builds. Well, he went for the 2-on-1. Phoenix is going to be our first unit coming out from Reality.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's something that can snowball.
It can, but you know, it can also, you know, depending on the Widowmine placement that we've seen from Defiance, it can also just go down to that sort of stuff. Phoenixes, they survive Widowmine shots on like oracles, right? Like singular shots.
Yes, they survive one shot.
Yeah. So
unless they're haluked.
Unless they're haluked.
Which, for some reason, they take more damage.
So yeah, this is pretty interesting to see. You know, we have Defiance going for his regular stim timing, his 2-on-1. Oh, actually not going for that Widowmine, instead getting an add-on. Huh.
Interesting. Well, yeah, it is a classic 2-on-1 where you want to get the reactor to swap the add-ons around.
Yeah.
So Defiance is definitely looking to be more aggressive earlier on.
That means these Phoenixes coming into the main could deal some more harassing damage.
That it could. Defiance is not looking at there just yet. He does pull the probes, and now pulls all of the Marines to come back.
Yeah,
and
not
it does
too bad.
deter Reality.
Yeah, only loses 2 workers. He did lose a lot of mining time though. Yeah, again, you know, losing a bit of that defense potential by not going for Widow Mines, instead going for a reactor on the starport. So looking to go for a drop, which can be hard to do, especially when there are Phoenixes already out on the map.
Like so.
Yeah. Oh god, the start isn't done yet.
It isn't, and it looks like Reality is going to get a couple more pickoffs here. It will be able to escape with his Phoenixes, as he just is looking to be a bit of a nuisance. Distract Defiance a little bit, get in his head a bit, and just build up back at home.
I was gonna say, like, this is quite an annoying position to be in. These Phoenixes coming in and out, like, however they please.
And
meanwhile,
you know what? Defiance is also supply blocked, which
Oh.
delays his medevac for quite a while. He will also maybe get another one sniped. It does actually make it out with thanks to that medevac boost, but that was worrisome for a while.
Exactly, and that's what I mean, right? It's so hard to make drops work when there are Phoenixes out on the map that have, you know, control of the entire area, of the entire air. And here they come in once again. The Marines just aren't quite fast enough to fend them off.
Defiance is, or Reality rather, is just kind of bullying Defiance, keeping him back so he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, is he gonna get caught? Is he gonna get caught?
The Phoenixes go in, but they do dodge the medevacs. Defiance has one moment of opportunity, but I think Reality with that Marine has sniffed out where the medevacs are.
Yeah.
And again, just keeping Defiance back, just buying so much time. He's getting his upgrades, his Colossus, his third base.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had a quick Robo facility come down as well. Sorry, Robo Bay even, and now we have Colossus coming out for Reality, already up to that like pretty like high like AOE tech. You know, pretty nice to see Colossus as opposed to KCal, who preferred disruptors.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you can. Here's what I say: if you can get both, it's not the most efficient thing, but if you go mainly Colossus, you can get a handful of like disruptors, and if you go just to deal with Marauders or what have you, and if you're going mainly disruptors, get a handful of Colossus. You'll shave off the Marine count.
And here we have Defiance going to the third base, looking to get a couple of drone kills, and it looks like he will.
He actually does.
Yeah, even though there are zealots, there is an anti-air. Yeah, he just pick up.
He does. And goes straight into natural. The army is not at all in position, but there are the Phoenixes, and they are looking to make this a bit of a suicide mission for Defiance. One Phoenix does go down, and Reality is gonna have to be cautious here. He does not want to lose this medevac, but he will, and eventually Reality is able to clean out this drop, but not before losing 14 probes.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good drop. 14 probes went down. He was able to kill 2 Phoenixes as well, which will make it easier to do more drops later on. He actually did really well with that attack.
That being said, the Templar are out.
Yeah, interesting. So instead of going for that Colossus Disruptor, as you were saying, instead he's going for Colossus High Templar, which, you know, there's plenty.
Well.
Yeah, there's plenty of different AoE options for Protoss, and ideally you want to pick two of them, right? So you don't just have one and just get hard countered.
Yeah, that's what it is. In this is actually probably the better AoE combination, as typically the Terran player would go into Vikings, like we see Defiance go for. But Storms, they don't really care if you're on the ground or in the air. Reality is going straight for Archons, though.
Yeah, that he is, and here we already have Reality's army outside of the natural of Defiance, and there's a couple of Widow Mines, but there's only a handful of fire here. It doesn't look like Defiance's army is, like, strong enough to deal with this.
Was that friendly fire? Does not seem to be the case. But now, yeah, as you're saying, these Archons are immensely tanky. These Colossus are starting to be taken out a little bit, but once the Vikings go down to the Phoenixes, it's nothing but Archons and Immortals left versus nothing. GG is called. Wait, hold up. And Reality, we said it was the favorite.
Yeah, and you know, he makes it through Defiance, you know, one of the stronger macro players in this group 2-0. And again, like, it was a bit of a shame. It felt like Defiance, he was trying something different in game number 1, and he was kind of punished very hard for it. This game, like, he was looking a lot stronger, but again, like, those Phoenixes, they delayed that drop, and they gave Reality so much time to build up a defense and get his economy going. He just slowed down Defiance so much. To the point where, you know, even though he dealt all this probe damage, like, it didn't matter. Like, he was just so far behind when it came to army supply.
That was definitely the case. I agree with everything that Light said.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes when you see this sort of disparity, right, in terms of the favorite versus non-favorite, I don't know. It's useful to analyze, you know, what went wrong, but at the end of the day, there's like that voice in the back of your head that says, yeah, no, it's just outplayed. This is the levels are kind of skewed. Kind of.
Like, it's weird because we saw Defiance play completely differently against KCal, right? Like, that's what I always look back to. You know, he had very different openers, and I'm curious as to why he decided to play the way he did versus Reality as opposed to the way he did versus KCal, which he looked a lot stronger in, right? But
maybe he was sick of 2-2-1.
maybe, you know, he did see that Reality was Masters as Defiance's Diamond, and maybe he just assumed that he had to do something different, right? It is possible.
That it is. Speaking of possible, here we have it. A bit of a hype match going up now. We have a ZVP. Two players that we're fairly familiar with. It is going to be Reality versus Duttles. As we go in.
Okay, so ready for a 10-minute series? We've seen Duttles do nothing but cheese, basically. He's been very aggressive this entire day today. We haven't seen him, like, macro at all. We haven't seen him go, like, above 40 drones.
He either gets a lair in the first 3 minutes, or he doesn't get the lair at all.
Exactly. I would be shocked if this is the series where he decides to macro up and play, like, a standard game.
Watch it be like Hive versus Sweet Beacon games, 3 in a row.
I mean, maybe if Reality goes for like a Proxy Tempest, maybe. Maybe we'll see.
We're gonna go into Triton as our first match, as we do keep our fingers crossed that you know, we at least have a series to cast.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have a series. Yeah, nonetheless, but how long will this series be? It's going to be up to Duttles to decide. That's our fate is in his hands.
It is. Oh. See a fate. Here we have it in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Triton. LE. It might be fate, but it just might be our purple Protoss representing Alpha X, a multiple CranKy tournament winner. It is all the way from the USA. We have Reality.
And in the top left-hand corner of Trident LE, we have someone who is getting cannon rushed, it looks like. We have the Zerg player from America representing Team Formless Bear Sloths. It is Duttles.
I bet you feel real apologetic now. Like,
there it is.
They're like, oh, we thought that Duttles was going to be the one to cheese, but actually, it's Reality.
I like it. I like it. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. Let him have it. Do it. Bring the cannons. Duttles still doesn't know. Now he finally sees the pylon with his drone, and is it too late? Will he
nice
pull more?
block here with the gateway.
Oh.
Duttles, he's gonna have to cancel his natural.
That he
Just
does.
go straight onto the high ground. But I mean, it's looking increasingly worrisome for our yellow Zerg player Duttles. His spawning pool is only now going to be complete.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked that he didn't pull drones to try and kill the pylon that was being built on the high ground. He just let it finish, and now we have more cannons being thrown down. The cannon in the low ground is done as well to protect the high ground pylon. And sure, there's a spine crawler being made, but is it too late? Like, it's going to take a while for the queen to finish, for these things that are about to pop out, mate. He just recalled the probe.
Because why not? Yeah, because it was stuck in a Sim City. Well,
amazing.
This is what's going to be going on. Duttles has made a couple of links, which I'm not sure if that's the right call. I would normally see a Roachworm get thrown down after the spawning pool. To get some Ravagers to bile.
Yeah, especially since he cancelled his natural, you would expect.
Exposed.
It is exposed, and the queen is tanking a couple of shots for the spine so it can burrow, and it is up now. But it...
Yeah, this cannon should go down.
Yeah, the cannon should go down. Will the spine go down in the process, though? Oh.
No, it will not.
It's on fire, though.
But now it is on fire. It's the MVP. We pretty much have a spine that can't really do much at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to buy some time for the transfuse from the queen. We do have a lair on the way, interestingly enough. I imagine it is for a Nidus worm, so he can just Nidus across the map and counterattack. And I think that's what his plan is. Like, he's just banking up his lings. He's not planning to attack these cannons with them. He's just waiting for the Nidus.
I am nodding my head with that.
Yeah. But will Reality give him enough time? Like, this spine is going to go down, and then this Stalker is going to start going ham on the drones, I imagine. There's just one queen as well.
This is... Duttles. Okay, man? What? Like, calm down. You don't have to base trade here. Just defend.
This is his answer. He's going to base trade. He's going to make a hatchery in the main of Reality. All right, here we go. Where's the Nidus? There it is. It's going to go down.
Duttles trying to pounce on top of these Stalkers, but he's just going right on top of Morty's cannons. And I'm not sure, does Reality does not know that Nidus is what's coming.
He does not.
This is a weird game.
He has an idea, though. There is a probe patrolling the corners of his main base, so, you know, he will have vision if a Nidus does go down. But
the question is, what is there to defend at home?
Nothing.
Stalkers are starting to be even more aggressive. They're just going into the mineral line. They want to be sure that Duttles does not have anything that he can use to make another hatchery on the other side of the map.
The queen has to go in there too to spread creep. I would love to see some drones as well, so he can start making buildings on the other side of the map. And we do see a recall.
He has no income, or he has no money for a hatchery.
And he doesn't.
That's a pro pull. And with that, I think this is just about... Oh, second Nidus, though. And there are a couple of Zerglings that are already out here to deny some of the firepower from Reality. Says, I've been looking at denying a cannon rush as a Zerg player entirely wrong. Wow.
And here we have the Lings. They killed 17 workers, and they're going to be able to clean up all these stalkers as well. I think Duttles, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Back in home, Reality was trying to push in, but the Spine and the Queens were able to defend it. GG is called. I've been looking at defending against cannon rushes the entirely wrong. Entirely wrong. Duttles showing us how it is done.
Yeah, Reality trying his best to hold. You know, he did recall his stalkers, he did pull probes, but it just wasn't enough. The Niduses did end up coming up, and the Lings were just too much.
Yeah, once enough Lings came out, it's not often that I say this, but I kind of feel like it would have been worth it for Reality to pull his entire mineral line to make sure that nothing can come out of that Nidus.
Exactly. I feel like if he did, then maybe he could have held, because he still had like a third of his probes still mining, and that just was kind of useless, really, to be honest. Or maybe even if he had, like, once he sniffed out what was happening, maybe if he even had a cannon in the mineral line or a shield battery or something, right? Something at home.
That could have helped.
Yeah. But either way, mate, hold on, because I didn't think this would happen. Is Duttles gonna upset? is he gonna come out first in his group?
I kind of hope that he does now. I kind of hope
if he 2-0's Reality, I think he comes out first in his group.
He does, yeah. He'll win the head-to-head, I can tell you that.
Oh my god.
Anyway, speaking of upsets, we are gonna go into Ephemeron as our next map. This is where Duttles 2-0s.
It's you know what? It's a real possibility. It's a very real possibility.
What lesson is that to his kid?
Oh god.
Son, when you're gonna upset, you gotta upset.
He has a shrine to Fear Dragon.
Yeah. Yep.
Play like me or play like him, you know?
Yeah. Or me or Micah, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ephemeron. I have a question for you, Light. Is this the real life?
I can't say what it is.
Or is it not that player? Fantasy, but that's not the player we're talking about.
Is it a
fantasy? We're talking about Landslide. No, we're not talking about the player Landslide. We're talking about Reality, our purple Protoss representing Alpha X as well as the USA. Reality.
Nice save. And in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, we have the player who is up 1-0 in this series against the odds. What is happening? This is NA. This is representing America as well as Formless Bear Slots. It is Duttles. Hey.
Sniffs out the probe.
He went pool first, by the way.
Did go poof.
He does not have a lot of Lings.
That he doesn't yet. Because the pool isn't finished yet. Me. But here comes that Link Team 6.
Exactly. I meant to say he doesn't have a lot of probes. Drones. Like, he's been skipping out on worker production. And there we have why he was saving his larva. He was saving it for the spawning pool.
That's an ain't no thing. No, that's a stupid amount of Lings.
That's a very stupid amount of Lings. Meanwhile, though, we do have Reality with a probe scout. So he does see that it is a pool first. He will be able to completely wall off, or he should wall off. There it is. And he is chronoing out his Adept. And the Adept should come out just in time. We'll see. The Lings are making their way across the map. The Adept is almost done. It's working its way. And once he finishes, he should be able to hold this. I mean, should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Lings can kill the Adept. They can kill the Adept, but there's a shield battery.
The shield battery isn't out yet. But this is a full wall now with this pylon. Will the Shade make it through? Will the Shade make it through? It does, and it heals the Adept.
Wow.
What a save.
That was amazing.
If it was 1 second later, that would have been dead.
It would have been dead.
But Duttles, he's persistent, as we have seen in the past. He is trying to chomp on down.
I mean, he's going to kill the Cyber Core at least. Oh, the shield battery is trying to keep the Cyber Core alive, and will it? You know, the Adepts are trying to kill the Lings.
The Lings do not have speed, and it is going to take out the Cyber Core right before Warp Gate can be researched. Duttles once again trying to find the angles that he can really. What is the weak building? Really is what
he can break through. He's going to break through.
Find an opening. It does seem to be the case, but there are force fields out now for Reality.
I think there's enough energy for one force field.
He's not making use of them yet, but there we go. And there's a force field. Beautifully done. But that was quite a bit of damage in terms of infrastructure. 14
Lings are on the way. Warp Gate was cancelled as the Cyber Core was taken down, and we do have no more energy. The sentry's going to go down. They should go down. Oh, there is a shield battery to keep the sentries alive.
Yeah, the shield battery, that one force field, that is the MVP. Duttles, calm down, my dude. Thrown up.
Yeah, he's not stopping. He's making more and more Lings, and there it is. His transition.
It's a Baneling nest.
It is.
Duttles. Calm down, my dude.
I feel like the Baneling nest is a little bit late. I feel like it could have been useful a little bit earlier. Because at this point...
He's thinking of just trying to bust through these pylons, maybe getting a shield battery as well, but... Again, Duttles. Calm down.
I feel like...
He did a bunch of damage. It hurt.
He could have started droning up, especially since the Protoss player is completely walled off, so we can't counterattack. But at this point, like, trying to bust this is almost impossible. There's 2 walls, there's force fields available as well. He's gonna need so many Banelings.
He's gonna try.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have the gas.
Have I told you the definition of insanity?
Like, he can break through the first wall, but I think that's it though. Unless Reality doesn't pay attention and he loses his sentries.
Well, here's the thing: what does Reality have to pay attention to other than the defense? Is gonna be the question.
Yeah.
Banelings are starting to go in.
Here we go.
Awesome reaction, quick reaction, denying that bust with the force fields. Does get one pylon, but that is not going to be enough. There is already another force field on the way, and it does get popped. Duttles sees persistent.
That sentry is getting awfully close to the edge. It does eat a Baneling hit, but it does stay alive in the end. And again, there's still shield batteries. Oh, these units get caught out though.
Yeah, they do. Man.
Duttles, he does pick off a sentry and a couple of zealots, and he's making more Banelings, but
why, Duttles?
Like, he's committed. He can't drone up after this. It's too late now. It's maybe like 3 minutes ago he could have started droning up, but at this point, it's this or it's over.
Well, he is getting some drones.
Yeah, so he is making some drones now. The Banelings do go in. But there's another force field.
Pretty good surround, but this is a nice surround. It will deplete the energy from the force fields, shield batteries rather.
Yeah,
very, very nicely. But Duttles has just lost way too much. He doesn't have any gas. He can't get more Banelings. He's turning around.
He is turning around. He's coming back home. He knows.
Except now Reality has the opening to counterattack.
Reality has hit him. He knows that he cannot end the game. He has to drone up at home, and at this point, he's just so far behind. He's supply blocked as well. He's waiting for an Overlord, and Reality really just has to push out across the map, to be honest.
That's really what it comes down to. He's got so many units. He's got, okay, maybe not quite as much energy in the sentries, but how much do you really need at this point?
Meanwhile, an Oracle comes into the main of Duttles, and it kills 8 workers, and it gets out with its life.
Implying that Duttles wanted this worker's life.
True. It was a bait. Now the army's exposed. Here come the Lings. They're going to be able to get us around.
That is what is going to happen, but GG is called. Reality will tie the series sideways 1-1.
There we have it.
The ace match. Duttles is not upset yet.
Yeah, and I hope we don't see a pull first again from Duttles. Reality, he probe scouts. You know, he's going to be ready for that sort of thing. He's going to be able to react accordingly. It's just too much of like an all-in basically that has such a low chance of working, especially if the Protoss player scouts. If he doesn't, that's another That's another scenario, right? That's a KCal scenario. Where he 2-0'd KCal. But against reality, he's ready for it. He knows.
That, in fact, he is. And speaking of ready, that's what our players are as we load in to Eternal Empire for the final non-mirror of the evening.
That it is. Not the final series, the second last series of the evening. So we do have one more after this. But what are we going to see from Duttles? I kind of want to see a Nidus.
I want to see, you know what I want to see. Everybody knows what I want to see. But I don't think it's going to be it.
Yeah.
But
requires too many
here
drones.
we have it in the, yeah, it does. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Eternal Empire, EELE. It is the purple Protoss, representing Alpha X, as well as the, whatchamacallit, US of A. We have the player known for being the favorite in this particular group. He's not caught in a landslide. He is reality.
And in the top right-hand corner of, god damn it, of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Zerg player who's going for pool first once again. He is representing Formless Bear Sloths as well as the United States of America. It is Duttles.
Why do you keep going for him? Duttles, my dude. Relax. Okay, he at least is expanding. So.
Exactly. Yeah. He is expanding. We do already have that full wall off on the other side of the map from reality, so he is ready for the pool first. Again, though, Duttles this time he isn't like overcommitting compared to the previous game. He does only have 4 lings on the way. He does have more workers than last time, so I do think he's just it's like a safety pool first. Never mind. Nope. Never mind.
You're saying that's a lair.
Yep, and my wishes come true. I wanted him to Nidus. This is a Nidus.
Nah, this is where you see him bust out the spy. It's not likely.
We've got 6 more lings on the way, and yeah, this is going to go unscouted for now. The probe did come in and see the spawning pool to see the pool first, and he's like, oh, okay, pool first, right?
He didn't see the lair, did he?
No, he did not see the lair, but the probe, is coming back.
In for a second scout, and it is imperative that Duttles has to Nidus.
Yeah, the lings are here.
There are a lot of lings on the ramp, and it should be able to Nidus.
Oh, the mineral walk.
But the mineral walk.
Oh, he's gonna see it.
What does probe see? He sees the lair.
He knows. He knows. He sees the lair. He sees that there's only one gas, so he knows that it's not roaches. He knows exactly what this is, and now it is on him to prepare and react and, you know, deduce what exactly it is that he scouted. So,
well, he does respond with the robotics facility as
he does.
Will.
I'm a little bit worried. He doesn't have full vision of his main base, and he doesn't have to. Oh, there we go. We have a couple of stalkers on the way, which will help out. But the Overlord is in position. The Nidus is about to finish up. This could work.
I'm scared, light.
There is no queen, so we won't be seeing creep thread come out of this. It will just be pure ling, and there it is. There are 2 stalkers on the way, but I think it's too late. The Nidus will finish. He doesn't see it. Oh, he does see it now.
He has seen it. Yep.
He pulls some workers. There aren't enough workers pulled. It should finish.
Yeah. It does, in fact, finish, and there's the second Nidus on the way. The links are already in the main. Should be able to get these stalkers as well as the zealot.
There's zealots though.
They will get surrounded. There are zealots,
yeah.
But the second Nidus is almost done.
It's gonna finish up.
One force field ready here, but reality cannot quite use it. There's a lot of army here for our Protoss player though, but will it be enough? These are speedlings coming in for the surround. The queen is out, and the links are actually being cleared out. Look at that.
He may be able to break him though. There is just two stalkers left. Ooh, and an immortal though.
But there's the immortal.
Yeah.
And that's really
Immortal's focusing down the Nidus. He stopped focusing it though.
What Reality has to focus on. Duttles is trying to take it out. He did stop focusing on the Nidus, but he should be able to get the Nidus in the end. He does, but at the cost of the Immortal. And now that that's gone, it's just a Stalker and a Zealot. But there is only four Zerglings.
Oh, he can depower the front.
Yeah, he can.
Mate.
There is an Adept already in place.
There is an Adept in place.
This seems to be about the end here for our Nidusing Pro. Oh, not quite yet.
He gets it!
He gets it! Wow, I cannot understate how much reduction that is for Reality. He does immediately repower it. And the wall, or not the walls. Yeah, actually the wall is filled. These are a lot of Zerglings.
That they are, and he should be able to break through, potentially. There is no shield battery, unlike last time. He is trying to warp in a sentry for a last-minute force field, and he should be able to get it off. But the Cyber Core will go down. Never mind, there just aren't enough leads.
No, it will not. I think it's just way too much DPS here for our Protest player. Duttles is forced back. Gonna have to macro up.
Duttles almost broke Reality. He almost managed to break through, but just the Niduses kept getting denied in the main base, and he was able to kill the Immortal, but not in time, as it was able to kill the Nidus with its last shot. And with that, I'm gonna head into a macro game.
Yeah, we will. Duttles was not looking forward to this. But
I say that. Well,
that's what we're doing.
Yeah, Reality. Really, he stabilizes. You know, Duttles, he is continuing to pump out Lings. He is not making any more drones. He is still trying to end the game, but at this point...
Only 2 probes have been lost this entire game.
Yeah, that's the surprising part about this, and why it almost worked, is that Reality did not really pull probes to deal with the Niduses. He wasn't really using them for defense. He was just using the units that he had, and it just barely worked. But
the fact that it worked just puts Reality insanely far ahead if you look at the supply down here.
Exactly.
That's 36 versus 16. He's still loading up his Nidus.
Yep, more and more Lings just keep getting loaded into that Nidus.
Why do you keep doing this, man?
I mean... there's no Overlord in position for the main. There is one coming into the natural though, so he could get a Nidus off there. But the army is here at the natural as well, so I don't see it going up.
A little bit of multi-prong, yeah.
Yeah, we do have one.
Oh, yeah. One thing to keep in mind is that the Warp Prisms have taken the Immortals away from the space. Reality does not see that there's another Nidus incoming.
Yeah, there is a Nidus in the main base. And this is going to go up. This is going to go up completely unhindered.
Which, like so, they're going straight for the mineral line. They do not want to play any games with the army. But there are these 2 Immortals down here on Duttles' side of the map. He is not going to defend against that. He's just going straight for the Nidus.
That he is, and all these Lings.
Flooding. Yeah, just completely flooding Reality.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to clear up everything in the main, but the force fields do stop him from getting into the natural. Meanwhile, these Immortals will kill the natural base of Duttles, which I don't think he really cares about. He's like, take it, I don't need it for mining or anything like that. But with all of these force fields, with all these Zealots, like Reality, he's fine in his natural.
For the time being... Well, actually, yeah, he's totally fine.
Yeah.
So a lot of Zealots versus this relatively low number of Zerglings.
Yeah.
Duttles is able to make it out alive. And he drew the army here, which means there's not much in this natural base.
Ooh, and the Nidus is coming up in the natural now. And
they are. The Immortals are still being threatening here for Duttles. Duttles is trying to go in with a surround, but the Queen is starting to be picked off, which means that he cannot focus on the Warp Prism. Look at his juggling coming out from Reality.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard for Duttles to try and focus on in two places at once, and the Queen does go down. Meanwhile, the Nidus is up in the natural of Reality, but nothing has come out of it yet. Like, now finally there are Lings pouring out into the natural of Reality, killing more and more workers. But again,
and this is actually looking a little bit better for Duttles if he can just continue to catch Reality off guard like this. But one thing to keep in mind, Niduses are expensive.
They are, and especially like when you're on one base like this, when you're stuck on 14 workers, like it's just It's so hard to keep this going. And another Nidus does go up here in the main base of Reality. But Reality, he's starting to have a lot of units. He's going to be able to defend against this. And yeah, just deal with it.
Will anything come out of this Nidus? No. GG, well played. And Reality, we did say was the favorite. And he does make it out of this group as the top seed, beating each of his opponents. But Duttles? No, wait, there's still one more. Never mind.
Never mind. Reality did win both of his series so far, but there is a third series left for him, as this
it's gonna be our favorite matchup. Or the matchup that we're known for, I think.
Exactly. Tis a PvP.
Yay.
As Reality will be going up against KCal, the other Protoss player of
Good to see him back.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him. You know, he's just been patiently waiting, watching all these guys duke it out, as he did come out, in the beginning of the night, and now he's here at the end.
And here we have it. Will he be the one to prevent the Reality top seed?
Oh, he could. I mean, Reality, we've seen that Reality can bleed, right? Duttles, of all people, took a map off of him. And if Duttles can do it, anyone can.
Whoa, hold up. Hold up.
Duttles, I love you.
That's new.
I'm just throwing shade. But you did win a series in 10 minutes, and that was an oof, man. I still feel for KCal. Like
oh, that reminds me. Duttles. Give VOD of that one time you casted me in OPL. Thanks.
It's a little bit late.
Yeah, it is. Kind of is.
But as some people are asking in the chat, what league is this? NA Contender is an MMR restricted tournament or league. Not too sure how to describe this, but it is for players who are 5.2k MMR or lower. So that is, low, like Masters 1, maybe low GM. So that kind of level of player and below. So, we don't see like the best of the best here. But, we do still have a lot of amateur players here, and they are playing for money. So it is a nice way to support the NA scene, I will say.
I agree.
Yeah, it's cool that Sugar is is running this, right? Yeah. Alongside the main event, which I don't know if viewers have heard of it, which is NA Apprentice, which is open to the GM, the higher GM players of the NA region. Kind of like your Star Killers or your Astrayas, Future, Vindicta, Jon Snow, right?
In fact, Astraya, actually the mascot, if you look at this graphic.
yeah, if you're looking at the stream, Astraya is actually the player there, looking up at the bracket with his Alpha X jersey. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, our players are looking to get this underway. So we shall. It is a matchup that I think we are both known for.
Unfortunately.
Somehow.
Yes, the two Terran and Zerg players are known for casting their PvPs.
I don't even. How did that even happen? Why? It's just fate mocking us.
It's just what happens. for those who don't know, we followed Haas in the IM Katowice qualifiers as well as groups.
And that was the Protoss group.
Yeah, and it was the Protoss group, so we casted nothing but PvPs, and it was amazing.
But you know what? On the other side of that, we had Steel and Corky cast nothing but Armani. But that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about right now our purple Protoss, representing Alpha X all the way from the US of A. It is our purple Protoss, many-time CranKy tournament winner. Oh, going for a cannon. Okay, we have Reality.
And meanwhile, in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, we have the other Protoss player of this group. It's been a while since we've seen him, but here he is, playing for Team Legion and getting cannon rushed. It is KCal.
The last pylon was denied, which does mean that Reality didn't get to fully wall himself off here, but that doesn't really seem to matter. He has free reign right now as more pylons do go down. I am not convinced that KCal or Kilocalorie will be able to take this out.
Yeah, it's going to be a while till a Zealot or anything really comes out for KCal. He's trying to defend with his drones, but there are just so many pylons, and behind that there is that cannon, and it's going to go up.
Way too much power.
Yeah.
Way too many pylons, way too much health. Ow, eat my bones. I would love to see Kilocalorie defend against this, but it's not looking likely. GG's called. Wait, looks like we're having a quick group.
I feel so bad for KCal.
This is the second time. It's had a 2-minute game.
Third time, almost. Like, so if you weren't here earlier today, KCal got cheesed out by Duttles 2-0 in a very quick fashion. He had a very impressive series against the Terran players, against Defiance. Like really good macro games. But
actually beating Defiance, if I recall correctly.
He beat Defiance like in a straight up macro game or series even. Like he has a lot to show. Like he's a good player, but oof, it's just not his day.
Nah, it is. No, it is not. We are gonna go into our next map, Eternal Empire LE. Kilocalorie is eager. He wants to avenge that quick game, so we are going to jump into it as we load in to the Eternal Empire.
Yeah, and again, like this is, to be fair, like this is part of the game where, you know, even though you could be good at macro, but you still need to be able to defend against early aggression like this, right? That is still
like ladder if you don't,
yeah, that is a skill set that you still need to develop. So even though like we've seen him strong like in macro situations, like it seems that he struggles when it comes to the early game.
That I do agree with. Speaking of the early game, that's the stage we are in right now. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire, L-E-E-E-L-E, Ile. We have the purple Protoss, all the way from the lands of the Alpha X, representing the US of A. We have a multiple CranKy champion here, playing a bit more standard this time. He's not caught in the landslide because he is Reality. Not to be confused with Renegade X.
And in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Protoss player representing America as well as Team Legion. It is KCal. Who is not getting cannon rushed.
Well, that's progress.
that's something.
That is a bit of a something. Yeah. But there are probes being a little bit cheeky. Have to wait to see what comes out of it.
That we do. We have both players sending out probes to the other ends of the map.
KCal actually going to be the one to proxy.
Both of them actually throwing down pylons.
Welcome to PvP.
Welcome, and Reality's probe is actually quite a bit closer to the main base of his opponent as opposed to KCal, who is a little bit safer, trying to make sure the pylon doesn't get scouted. But as a result, it is further away for whatever proxy we will see. There it is.
That's Stargate.
Stargate for one.
I'd like to see Robo for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen this before.
That we have flashbacks to IEM.
Flashbacks to IEM, Zest versus Parting, I believe it was, or SOS. You know, all three of them kind of blended together for us that day. Yeah. But We've seen this before, and how are these players going to play it out? Again, like KCal being a bit safer is going to sacrifice his aggression for, you know, his Stargate being a little bit further away, and this is and the Adepts are going to miss each other as well.
Welcome to PvP. Yep.
Welcome to PvP. And again, Reality's Adepts are a lot more faster. They are already here across the map. Meanwhile, KCal is still making his way. The shades get past, but there is a pylon block. Nicely done, denying the Adepts from getting into the main. Some good defense so far from KCal.
Definitely something. I think Reality has sniffed that something is a bit out of the ordinary. There are these two Adepts now trying to shade in with another pylon block coming in. This Oracle is going to be unscouted, and the important thing is these Stalkers are not in position. Will this pylon be cancelled?
Meanwhile, the Immortal is almost done as well on the other side of the map, but then the Adepts meet up with it as well. He's just going to be able to push through this this ramp. Meanwhile, I think the Oracle, he's waiting for two. Yeah, he's waiting for two Oracles.
He is. He wants to be able to one-shot these probes.
Yeah.
But I think it's just about too late at this point. These Stalkers are going to meet the main army for Reality up over on this side of the map.
Yeah, and
he's going to be able to power everything.
Yeah, he depowers everything.
And that's just about it. Denies the Stalkers that were being warped. And now KCal is trying to go in with his Oracles, and there is nothing here for Reality. So we could potentially... Nope, never mind.
GG.
And with that,
yeah, with that, we are at the end of the group, which is a lot faster compared to yesterday. You know, yesterday we casted for almost 4 hours. Today,
we also had two breaks.
Yeah. Today, just under 3. And yeah, GG, well played. Reality will be coming out first in Group C. I'm just gonna have to figure out who's gonna be coming out second.
Let's do some quick math. I think it is actually Duttles.
No,
I think it is. I think it is.
Hold on.
Because kilocalorie is because.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. So Duttles lost to Reality.
Yep, and he lost to kilocalorie.
Hold on. But he lost 1-2, right?
Yeah, he lost 1-2 to Reality, and he lost 1-2 to Defiance, I think. Or wait, let me double check. No, actually, he lost 2-0 to Defiance.
Yeah, he lost 2-0 to Defiance. So Reality beat Defiance 2-0, right?
Reality beat Defiance. Yes.
Okay. I know that he beat Defiance. I just wasn't sure if it was 2-0. So okay. You have Reality with 3 wins, 0 losses.
He dropped 1 map to Duttles.
He did drop 1 map. So Reality, you know, he's in the clear first position. Alright, then we have Duttles. Hold on, let's figure this out. Alright, so KCal 1-2. He won against Defiance and lost
2-0.
Yeah.
Then he lost to Defiance 0-2.
Yep. All right. Let's do Defiance now. He is 1-2 as well. He lost to Reality 2-0. And then Duttles is 1-2 as well. He took a game off of Reality. Okay. So we actually have a tie.
Well then, a 3-way tie.
Well, KCal comes out last. KCal is last.
So it's Duttles and Defiance.
Yes, so Duttles and Defiance are equal with wins and losses. They're equal in map score.
Alright, because Defiance took a map off KCal.
He did. No, he did. Yeah. So then it comes down to head-to-head, I believe. And in their series, Defiance wins.
Defiance makes it out.
Yeah, Defiance makes it out second.
There we go.
Pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah, insanely close.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And we have it then.
Really, it was Duttles. Duttles was the wild card. He like mixed everything up and.
I still feel like if Duttles expanded at least once in his series versus Defiance.
Yeah, I mean, but then he wouldn't be Duttles.
Story. Yeah, that is accurate.
Oh my god. So I'm just going to see if I can update the brackets on the overlay.
Chut. As that is going on, we do have our match real code for the NA Contender. If you exclamation mark NA or match Reno in chat, you will be brought to that page. Type in the code 2020 Contender 2, and you will be able to contribute 50 cents to the prize pool.
Yeah, and there we have it. Now the groups are updated on the screen as Reality makes it out first in his group, followed by Defiance, who was pretty closely tied with Duttles, but it did come down to their head-to-head.
You mean exactly tied?
Yeah, exactly tied with Duttles. And then KCal, of all people, coming out last in the group, which is surprising to me because he had a pretty strong showing in the beginning, but losing 2-0 to Duttles really hurt him. Like, it
did.
Oof.
That's
all I can say.
Pretty big oof. Nice little race distribution we've got here for our upcoming group stage 2, which I believe we will also be covering.
Yes. So, we've casted these two groups. Off of stream, Group A and Group D have happened. We won't be casting them as we need a break. Otherwise, we'd be casting every day of the week. We do cast quite a lot on this channel. But next week,
maybe you should follow it to see what we cast.
Yeah. Next week we will be back with Group Stage 2 as the players who, the top 2 players of each group will advance into the following group stage. Then the week after that will be the playoffs. Week after that, semifinals. Week after that, finals. So got a lot of NA StarCraft lined up for us, which is pretty sick. Shout out to Sugar for organizing this and giving us the opportunity to cast this. And shout out to Creighton as well. Creighton will be casting NA Apprentice, which is the higher tier version of this, over on his channel. I believe he's casting like tomorrow or the day after. He's going to be doing what we did basically and casting a couple of groups as well from group stage 1.
Accurate.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a pretty short day today, but pretty sick games nonetheless. Duttles really.
Just want to reiterate, Duttles, calm down, my dude.
Yeah, Duttles really showing us how he played. Like I had never casted Duttles before, and now I kind of wish I didn't.
It's weird because Duttles. It's weird because Duttles has casted me.
Yeah.
So if you have the VOD, still somewhere in your hard drive, Duttles, and just dig it up.
My perception of the way Duttles plays has been completely shattered. I didn't know he was this cheesy. I had no idea. But GG, well played. He performed well in his group, like all the players did. To be honest, they all showed their strengths and I think had a good showing. And I hope to see them again in future seasons.
That is basically what I was gonna say. So way to steal my line. But yeah, I think that should just about wrap us up. Thank you everyone for joining, and
so before we close out, if you want to support the channel, we do run our own tournaments outside of this. We cast NA Contender, but we also run Grand Platypus Open, which is a tournament for Southeast Asian players as well as Oceanic players. That's on Saturdays and Hong Kong. And on Sundays or Saturdays if you're in America, we also cast Battle of the Americas, which is similar to this, except it's also open to Latin America. So we have this kind of Latin American, North American kind of rivalry going on, where we see
it's a little bit one-sided.
It's a little bit one-sided. Cham is undefeated. he has won like 6 tournaments in a row. Cham is just racking up. He's just making bank on Battle of the Americas. You know, people have taken maps off him, but no one has been able to take him down in the full series. So, you know, if you want to at your favorite NA player to see who can bring him down, you know, that'd be great, because we haven't seen like, we've seen Starkiller play, but we haven't seen like Estrella or Vindicta or anything like that.
Hey, Neeb, he's still in Korea.
yeah, like Neeb or Future. Yeah, like, you know, someone's going to take down Cham, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So, you know, tune in, you know, follow our channel if you're interested in more StarCraft. Otherwise, I believe that is it for us for today.
Seems to be the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Join us on the next one.
Yeah, see you next week.